Hello and welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is our first Wildlands live play game, Expedition to Wyverstone Peak, wherein 4 intrepid adventurers are going to try not to die in the next 2 hours. Yay! We're going to be playing on our brand new Wildlands prototypes. So this is the first time anybody in the world's been playing on these. We did some play tests and some of the small stuff, but we never actually played on this stuff. So we're going to be trying some things tonight, which may or may not work. We're going to debut and premiere a bunch of stuff, so hopefully it all pans out. And if not, it's D&D. Yeah, we'll roll with the punches. Mostly we're just going to hang out and have a good time and see what happens. We're playing on Vorpal Board tonight, which is this awesome platform, which it's our favorite because it's the closest to analog play that we found on a digital platform. I don't know, we're huge fans of Vorpal, and hopefully it'll give you guys a great experience. So without further ado, let's introduce our cast of heroes here. Starting up here with you, Jim. Who are you? What's going on?
All right. Yes. So my name is Jim, and I don't know why I'm here. I got randomly chosen out of a hat or something, but I am playing Gorgon Rex, a dwarf champion. That's right, champion.
Woo!
And this with a sage background as well. So consider that for a minute. And my goal for the session is to remember that I have the lucky feat.
What kind of sage was it? Like, what's your
Monster hunter?
monster hunting sage?
Yes, monster hunter.
I love it. And what is that? What does Gorgon Rex look like?
Grizzled, maybe patches of beard missing. By 10th level, he's probably fought all kinds of weird things that have bled and vomited all over him. So that his scars and whatnot. He does have a pipe that can summon smoke monsters, and so I'm sure he uses that to enhance his stories that he tells. As well as nearly a gallon of dwarven ale. So there you go.
Whew. And Kyle, who are you and what are you playing? I think you're muted.
I am Kyle Newman. I'm a filmmaker and an author. You may hear children in the background,
Woo!
so occasionally I will be muted to spare you. I'm playing an Aasimar Paladin, a Conquest Paladin. She hails from Mount Celestia, and she has silver hair, radiant eyes. She wears resplendent armor, and she carries a mace, and she doesn't suffer fools lightly.
All right. And Ember, who are you and what are you playing?
Well, guys, it's been a while since I've gotten out of hell the last time I went on an adventure with Nate. But I am Ash, and I'm just chill. I am a shadow-marked elf. I like nice, cool strolls through hellfire, brimstone, storms, whatever. We're just chill here. But my favorite thing is that Ash never loses the chill.
Woo! Even when she was deep in hell trying to escape infernal 9 puzzle nonsense. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully she can live to fight another day. And finally, Amy, who are you and who are you playing?
Hello, I'm Amy Dallin. I'm very excited to be rolling dice again. I heard great stories about that hell escape last year, and that it was very epic. But today, I'm Orlin Knackle, and my kids and my grandkids and my great-grandkids all went in together to get me this trip to do a little bit of sightseeing, and apparently I was in their hair all the time. I can't help it. I'm an archaeologist. I'm a gnome inquisitive. There's lots of mysteries out there to discover, and I can't wait to discover them. And my trusty crossbow makes me feel like I'm a spry 85 again.
Wait, so your grandkids basically trying to get you killed off? Is that what's happening?
Adventure!
Awesome. Well, the good news for you is there is some adventure afoot. Oh, and I'm Nate from Dwarven Forge, and I'm very excited to premiere all this stuff. We got some new sculpts to see and some new adventures. So, speaking of adventure, it is a time of great celestial convergence, when the veil between the planes is at thinnest, and the flow of magic swells to its strongest. The Pentacle, it's the Guild of Mages in Wilderforge, the city where we'll start our tale, is in need of assistance. Grim portents have pointed to great danger approaching. Tonight, a blood moon rises, and with it brings powerful visions of the future. But the High Seer cannot interpret these signs without seeking the ancient oracle pool. But unfortunately, all the mages of the Pentacle are occupied, because they're probably off playing a live stream or something. So the Pentacle has called upon you four heroes. Without her other mages, the High Seer cannot venture forth to the oracle pool to receive her visions. But she can cast a spell of clairvoyance upon you, so that she can use your eyes as her own eyes. So high in the Aranthor Mountains, at the range's more eastern reaches, lies Wyverstone Peak, a towering spire of a mountain. At the summit of this peak, there is a nexus where the magical ley lines cross. At this place of power is the ancient oracle pool. When the blood moon is at its apex, one can gaze into the pool and see their own reflection. If you stare into your reflected gaze, you will see a vision of what is to come. Powerful portent that the Pentacle desperately needs. You must gaze into the pool so the High Seer can see these portents. The fate of the entire land relies on your success, so don't mess it up. And guess what? They'll also pay you handsomely. The Pentacle Artificers will each craft you your own personalized magic item with like running lights and everything on it, whatever you want, all of it works. But you've got to get there, stare into the pool, get them the vision. They're gonna teleport you to the base of Wyverstone Peak at dawn, where you'll have to ascend the peak, gaze into the pool by the time the blood moon reaches its apex at high midnight. Is there such a thing as high midnight? I don't know, it's high midnight. Yeah. And that's when the veil will be down for but a half a bell. So you have but 30 ticks, half of an hour to gaze upon the pool, so you'll have to act fast. Will you accept this quest?
Yeah, that sounds pretty chill.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Stroll in the mountains? Like,
I long to map the mountains.
woo!
Never seen anything called a blood pool or anything like that. It sounds really great, and I'm here for it. Yeah.
And I hear blood is very good for the skin too.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Maybe I can use it to heal some of my scars. And yeah.
You look
Moisture.
distinguished.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm dubious of high midnight.
That sounds ominous.
But how about magic items? You get a magic item if you're...
Oh yeah. I need to upgrade to Blunt Knuckle, which is the name of my Warhammer.
Blunt
And
knuckle.
yeah, I'll take it.
All right. So with that, the Pentacle, the mages gather and just kick you into the teleportation circle, and you appear at the foot of Wyverstone Peak, way far away from any civilization. There's no one here to help you. You're all alone with, they didn't even bother to give you a map or anything, but I think Orla can probably figure it out, and Ash is known for, she can find anything, right? If there's money involved.
Just whatever. I'm just your resident bounty hunter. We can sniff it out.
Perfect. So you start to ascend the jagged peak. The ascent is relatively difficult, but completely uneventful. Very convenient. A cold wind constantly buffets you, but it doesn't dampen your resolve because you're dreaming of these magic items soon to come and saving the world and whatnot. Then, as you get closer, night starts to fall, and the howling wind gets colder and more fierce, and the way becomes a little more treacherous. After an eternity of climbing, things suddenly feel a little more cinematic. You crest a ridge, and to your left see a majestic waterfall spilling down a sheer cliff. A natural stone bridge crosses the river beneath it. Beyond this bridge, on a gentle plateau, there's a glowing blue light, surrounded by the ruins of ancient arches. This must be the oracle pool that you seek. Dun dun dun. Do we have an oracle pool that we seek? Maybe not.
Oh, maybe, we're just.
Woo. Uh-oh, except I lost our minis. Where's our
All right.
adventuring
Oh,
party? Hold on.
sick.
Hey, so what's your marching order? And where are you? Oh, here you are. Yes, excellent. All right, so you 4 intrepid adventurers. Who's in the lead? Who is the bravest among you?
I'll step forward.
All right. Boop, boop, boop. So you're
good.
red, right, Kyle? Yeah.
Very good.
Reddish, crimson.
Yeah, I'll brandish my shield and mace and tell everyone to stay close.
Sharp knuckle. What about Gorgon? Where are you?
Yeah, I'd be close to the front, I think. I'll be right behind Kyrie there, just to assist. And
Orla, what about you?
I'll go next. I can't wait to get a good look at these ruins.
All right. And Ash?
I would like to hide in shadows, and I'll take up the rear.
Woo! All right. Hey, Chris, is there any way to change the color? We have the bases of Orla and Ash are reversed. Is there a way to change their color once they're in, or no? No, on the. Oh, okay. All right. So orange is orange and green is green. We will. So suddenly, Orla, you may look a little tall here, and Ash, you may look a little short.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. But you're orange. So we got. This is Kyrie. This is Gorgon Rex. This is Orla, and this is Ash. All right. So what would you guys like to do? There's a beautiful, tranquil waterfall ahead, and there's a bridge spanning it, made of beautiful, hand-sculpted natural stone.
yeah.
Can I roll my stealth check?
Absolutely.
So, and then I get a extra D4 to it as well.
Because your shadow.
Yep. So we got 15. Oh, sorry, plus 11. 26.
That's kind of low for you. Okay. So, so Ash just like you guys kind of suddenly see this thing, and Ash is just like gone. You
Hey,
don't
what
know
do you
where-
think?
Where'd she go?
All right. So
I'm sure she's around, as she's wont to do, just slinking around the shadows. A place called Wyverstone.
it's Wyver.
I'm-
No
Well,
end.
Wyver. Okay, that
Wyver.
was-
Wyverst.
All right. Well, I was about to start looking for scales or something. Nevertheless, I will look for any kind of, disturbances, anything around here.
Okay. You're gonna kind of scan the area.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else gonna do anything while Gorgon?
Nate. As an archaeologist, I can just look at a ruin or dungeon and determine for what purpose it was built and who built it. Did describe these as ruins, so I'm just curious. Aside from the etymological clues already mentioned by my compatriot Gorgon, what can I tell about this incredible location?
Amazed. And Kyrie, are you just looking cool, or what are you doing?
I'm gonna intensely gaze the surroundings and try and peer into it and detect. What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna do divine sense and kind of
Awesome.
see what I can detect in terms of
Yep.
anything fiend, undead within 60 feet of me.
Love it. Okay. So Ash just sort of disappears. Gorgon Rex, you can give me a perception check,
Sure thing.
and
This is at +5. That's just gonna be 20.
all right. It looks like all is pretty calm around here, and the bridge, the natural stone bridge, looks like it's a pretty safe way to proceed. It's a little wet from there's all the moisture from the waterfall, but it looks like it's pretty safe. Orla, so these ruins are absolutely fascinating to you as a archaeologist. Most notably, they look like they're of Elvish make. Actually, if you're not mistaken, Eladrin make. And you would date them back to the Kalantiri period, which was about 2,000 years ago. What's particularly noteworthy is the the Empire of Kalantir was down in the forest, so it's odd to find Kalantiria ruins up here in the mountains, which is it's already a mystery as afoot. It's quite fascinating. And you find in the ground here, this is it's an arcane mana stave. This is was created by elven artificers. It was a magic staff they would stab into the ground where a ley line passed, and would use it to map and harness the energies of a magical ley line passing there. So if you're not mistaken, you believe that you're probably very close to this oracle pool. There seems like a ley line is passing right through here.
Gotcha. It goes right this way.
Yes. Kyrie, as you glare into the darkness, the hairs go back on they'll go back on the back of your neck. They go up on the back of your neck. And there is something, it is not a fiend, it is not an undead, it is not a celestial, but it is unholy. There is something ahead that is not right.
Do I get a general sense of direction? Is it triggering, or is it just within 60 feet of me?
It is beyond 60 feet, but it's ahead of you.
Okay. Can you point to?
Yes.
Because it's hard to see which way I'm
Yes.
facing.
So you whoa, I'm seeing.
So it says I know. I think I know the general location.
This is you. It feels like it's over just out of the light here.
Okay.
Over somewhere in the darkness, the convenient fog of war. I mean, it is night, right?
I'm gonna gesture with my mace, Heaven's Fall, and just point to my companions out the spot and say something unholy lurks.
When
That's
he
not good.
says that, is there a way I can use? All right, so I can cast Minor Illusion at will. Is there a way I can make like muggy footprints? Like it says I can do it there, just kind of walking like in this area, like that sound of muggy footprints, to see if anything comes out from the shadow.
Sure. Yeah, especially shadow elf in the middle of the night. This is your jam. I mean, I'm assuming you guys don't have a light source, right? Because you all have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably taking it sneaky, right? So it's
Yeah.
pitch dark. All right. So you make cool little, using my illusion, bloop, bloop, bloop. Like what kind of, like, are they little halfling footprints, little elf footprints, big ass ogre
Yeah,
footprints?
like something probably like halfling size. So
Little
it
pitter patter.
would be like, I've heard it plenty of times, you know. But yeah, we're just gonna make some muggy footprints to where like we're gonna try to lure something out,
Like tasty little halfling footprints.
like dinner.
Yeah.
You know?
Dinner footprints, totally. All right, so bloop, 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 bloop. Little dinner footprints appear across the bridge, and nothing happens. It's just quiet waterfall pouring. It's very, very peaceful.
This thing up close, sort of in the foreground, it looks to me like some sort of stone. It's not part of the rock, maybe. Yeah, that right there.
So this is these are more ruins. It's
More ruins,
collapsed arches. These beautifully crafted elven arches.
All right. So I mean, Gorgon knows a bit about runes and things like that. He wants to see if he can decipher anything, maybe gain a bit of an insight into the exact nature of these Eladrin structures.
So you hop on over, start checking out. You can, you're fascinated. The stone, you've got your stone cunning, right? As a dwarf, it seems like this stone was harvested very far away and is infused with magic. And you're looking at the carvings and the like. You're not entirely sure what to make of it because it's all, it's kind of elfy stuff. You're more into dwarfy stuff. Soon.
Yeah.
But if Orla comes over and joins you,
I would love to declare that I come over and put our heads together.
yeah. So it looks like, based on the inscriptions and the carvings and the like, it seems like this was part of like an observatory.
Like a stellar observatory?
Yeah, seems like it, or something.
Now, when you say that the stone was moved from far away, does anything about this seem like the whole building was transported from somewhere, or rather that they assembled the observatory up here? Can I see any signs of construction or?
It's about 2,000 years old, you're gonna guess. So
Yeah.
you're not quite sure how they did it, but definitely magic was involved.
but it has been at this location probably for a lot of that time. There's no like underwater damage or anything like that.
Correct.
Can I investigate for footprints?
Okay. Give me an investigation.
I'd like to take a big chunk of that stone, like a good, meaty, hefty chunk.
Dwarfy.
Yes.
Wow.
22.
Awesome. All right, so you scan the area and you are very confident. You would wager your reputation as a bounty hunter that nothing has come through here in quite some time other than the occasional squirrel or the like.
So, combined with what we know from Kyrie's sort of divine sense, and the fact that neither Ash or Gorgon's found anything, that doesn't seem there's something up with this place. You guys want to go across the bridge?
We found one of the ley lines and it goes that way, so probably we should follow it.
Across the bridge.
It goes across the bridge. It seems like this ley line, according to, or the ley line tracks across the bridge into the darkness towards where Kyrie felt the evil. And you can sort of see there's a little bit of a blue glow up ahead there. You can just sort of see.
Could be cool.
So my only other thing, guys, is that I don't see anything on land. Maybe it's in the water.
That's a good point. That's a good
The
point.
thing I sense, he said, seems past it.
Yes.
Does it look like we could scale? How steep are these cliffs to our past the ruins?
The cliff to your left, past the ruins, is very, very sheer and very wet.
Okay. Very sheer and wet. I'm just gonna say, dwarf, gnome, grab your rocks.
Let's do it.
Professor Gnome.
What are we doing with them? Are we just like, I have a proper warhammer. I don't need a rock to hit anything. But
You're a dwarf, don't you lick them? What do you do?
Listen, what I do on my own time is nobody's business. I'll put it in my pack.
Manners.
Right. Go ahead.
Guys, I'm pretty sure there's something up ahead. So if it hasn't already been alerted, let's just go ahead and maybe take the stealth approach here. Maybe we can throw some illusions or something out front. I don't know, something like that to create a distraction, and we ambush it. It just sounds like a simple thing.
Sure. If you're looking for stealth, I can hang back because I am anti-stealth.
Or you could be used as bait.
That's fine. I don't mind being used as bait.
I mean, you are a champion, after all. I do know that you can handle yourself in a fight.
Exactly.
You know?
I don't mind.
But, guys, we just gotta be chill about this. No thought process. Just chill.
I offer you guys again to stay in the blanket of my protection and remain close.
Yeah.
I'm like this.
We appreciate that offer, sir.
Yeah.
Or
So,
madam.
I can make the steps across the bridge first if we all want to go, or we could send a scout if we want to do that. So it depends. My strengths would be walking straight in.
yeah,
Well,
same.
I can scout ahead. Orla, are you skilled in the art of stealth? Cool. I will. That's absolutely fine. You're good at that crossbow, right? Why don't you be like, in case stuff goes bad, bam, make sure you got a clean shot. I'll scout ahead. Kyrie, maybe you or Gorgon, y'all come right after me there, and we go.
Yeah. If we wanted to really be bait, we could light a torch or something, like really, really draw attention to ourselves. I don't
Well,
mind that either.
you guys want a torch, and then I will gesture toward my robe that I have that has just thousands upon thousands of patches everywhere. And I think there's a torch on here somewhere. And I'll look down, and so are we for sure? Because once I pull it off, it's not coming back.
Well, I mean, I see better with a torch anyway. I like seeing in color. So I would take it, and we'll be bright, and maybe you guys can hide in the deeper shadows.
Do you know what they are?
Cool. All right, so I will rip off a torch patch off of my vest, and it's gonna turn into like the torch. And then we just need a light. I reach into my Dungeoneer's pack and grab some flint and steel,
Yeah.
and we got a torch. All right, throw it where you want it.
You probably have your flint and steel like on a quick release thing on your like forearm. It's on your bracer or something. You're definitely like.
Once he does that, I'm gonna tap
Ingenious.
my hand to Heaven's Fall, and my mace will glow with the light spell.
So you've gone fully illuminated.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wow.
Let's blunder around and present vulnerable targets of ourselves.
So it gets a little, now it's actually a beautiful sight. So the divine light coming out of off of Kyrie's mace, mixed with the flickering torchlight, bouncing off the waterfall and the water bow. It's just a gorgeous sight to behold, and definitely a beautiful beacon for anything that's evil in the darkness ahead.
Very good.
So
Very good.
maybe Kyrie, you go first. 'Cause that's a little bright for the stealthy approach.
Okay. So I saw a torch, so I figured I'd join the fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we appreciate that, Kyrie. It's just your light glows so bright. Well, there's not really a lot of places for me to hide.
I want to see this pool.
All right, so Kyrie, you're going first with the torch. I mean, with your glowing mace.
Yeah, I think what I'll do is I will do Shield of Faith on myself here, and I will make the my progress across the rock bridge. So my armor class increases by 2.
And Gorgon, you're staying close to Kyrie in her aura.
Yeah. I think that if Kyrie goes beyond like the other end of the stone bridge, Gorgon will stay at that end just to kind of present a dundering morsel for himself. But yeah, otherwise, he'll stick close to Kyrie.
Stick close, and then Orla, you're sticking close, also staying within the aura's range, right? It's a 10-foot aura.
Is it 10?
I think it's 10, right?
It's a 10-foot aura.
Yeah.
You also, if you're in it, you don't feel. You feel emboldened, not frightened, when you're near me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go see this pool. We got
If
this.
that's the case, then let's go. I'm not sticking her. I'm not going to stand still. Let's do it.
All right, and then Ash, are you hanging back a little, or are you?
I would like to hang on the edge of the light.
Yep.
Like, so the light would be in front of me. I'll be out of the aura, but just making sure no one's coming from the backside as well in the shadows. Stealth. If I need to re-roll that, let me know.
Who's holding the torch?
I handed the torch to Gorgon.
All right.
Yeah, Gorgon has torch. He's stowed his shield, so he's got hammer and torch.
The classic.
Do I sense movement from that divine sense? Has it been more than a turn, or is this our?
It's been more.
Okay.
But no, you do not sense anything. But let's see what we got here. All right. So you got your torch. You're moving across the bridge here, and Ash, you're hanging back till they're about 60 feet away. So just you're on the edge of the darkness.
Yeah.
Awesome. So just about when you're crossing you're getting to the other side of the bridge, Kyrie, you feel that tingling again, and there's off to your left, there's like a weird kind of ripple in reality. You don't even really know how to sort of wrap your head around it, but there's just kind of a movement in the darkness, and something goes shooting out of the darkness. 2 black barbed arrows come shooting straight at you. So one at, who's in the front there? Kyrie, and one at Gorgon. Give me a DC 15 Dex save, each of you.
Sure thing.
DC 15 Dex.
I got +1.
You have +5 when you're near me.
Thank you very much for that reminder. Then, in that case, that is a 20.
Yes, everyone's got a +5 for their saves if they're within.
That's why we're sticking close, right?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me do my little roll. It is a D20. At all. Sorry. That's a 15. 9 plus 6.
Woo! All right, so you just Gorgon, you duck cleanly, and Kyrie, you managed to bring up your tower shield just in time to deflect the missile, and it hums with like fell magics as it bounces off your shield. There's something terrible. And to your left, the sort of reality ripples, and out of the darkness, a hulking humanoid feline appears, and suddenly things feel more cinematic. This savage beast is a Wailuli were-tiger, a lycanthrope native to the Shadowfell. This ferocious feline must experience the thrill of the hunt daily, or it descends into feral madness, forever trapped in its bestial form and nature. Whatever you do, avoid confronting these skilled hunters during a full moon when their bloodlust is at its peak. So the audience gets to see like a QVC-style turntable shot of this miniature. That's you guys are missing out on that. But we have.
When you say full moon, is that similar to a blood moon?
So a blood moon is an even stronger, brighter, terrifying full moon. So yeah, it's like a full moon squared.
Got that.
Yeah, it works out really well. So let us roll for initiative, shall we?
Let's do it. Cool.
Oof.
Oh, is there a tracker? Is there an initiative tracker that works? Got it.
Also, while we have a short break, if everybody can just click on that little menu on your bottom right, you can just click the one all the way on the right, the one that's just a mouse clicker. That'll help us keep the interface a little cleaner.
All right, anybody get over a 20?
Yeah, I got 23 for Gorgon.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, and anybody 15 to 20?
19 for Ola.
All right, and 10 to 15? And anybody under 10? What'd you guys get?
I got a 6.
Ash,
I got a 5.
you got a 5? All right.
Yeah.
You know, it was disconcerting having some sort of terrible barbed missile bounce off your shield. And Ash, you're not used to somebody getting the drop on you. This is very uncharacteristic. Although in your defense, like, reality ripped open, so like they really weren't there before. So like, we'll give you that.
Yeah, no, we're just chill about it. Chill.
Not at all been out of shape about it. So Gorgon, we're at the top of the order here. So there is over yonder, there's some sort of weird disturbance, and there's this large hulking feline menacing silhouette in the blue light there, reloading its bow.
So it's throwing down.
Oh yeah, it's throwing down hard.
All right, how far away is it?
It's about, it's at 6 inches, 30 feet.
About 30 feet. All right, then with billowing cloak and boldness in his heart, he's going to leap there as his standing long jump.
You got
sees
extra
his
boldness,
actual
right? The aura, Kyrie's aura is giving
Yes,
you
it's maybe even foolhardiness as he jumps to it and will leap over there and make his attacks.
Yes.
And you still have your torch in your offhand, right?
Correct, yeah. There we go. And these are going to be both at +9. Oof. So it looks like I got a nat 1 on one of them, making it a 10, and the other is a 23.
Wow. All right, so, and give me some damage on the...
Oh, yes. So the one that hits, 7, so it's 10 damage. Magical as well.
And this is with dull knuckle?
Blunt knuckle, thank you.
My bad. Blunt knuckle. All right, so you go. It's unbelievable to see a dwarf move like this, right? So one moment you're standing on the bridge, the next moment there's sort of like green sparks from his boots, and he just like launches like a missile, sailing through the air. I think the smoke and the sparks from the torch, you're not used to carrying a torch in your offhand. It's sort of blowing up, catching into your beard. And so just as you land, your beard kind of catches a light. And so what would normally have been your first attack, and you manage to start smacking your own beard to put it out. So you're missing your first attack, just goes completely awry because you managed to put your own beard out. But then this thing can't even believe that you've leapt over this rapidly, and it's looking at you in disbelief, and you swing and catch it across the face with a backhand with your blunt knuckle. Blunt knuckle?
There you go.
Dull knuckle?
Blunt knuckle. Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Made up.
And it snarls. It's made up. Oh, D&D is.
Right.
All right, Orla, what would you like to do?
I'm amazed by what I've just seen. I knew it would be fun to adventure with Gorgon, but this boldness is now filling me by extension. And would you describe Gorgon as being within 5 feet of this terrifying cat creature?
Oh, absolutely. He's he could have caught it on fire with his flaming beard. Let's get closer.
All right, let's see. I would like to, in that case, go ahead and grab that crossbow that I have ready and see if I can just line up a shot right away while the terrifying feline creature is distracted with the somewhat ablaze Gorgon Rex.
Yes, you think you can get a nice clean shot.
Right.
In fact, this thing is completely, it's quite distracted by the flaming beard hairs or everything, so you've got an advantage on it.
Oh, fantastic. In that case, that's a 6 and a 13, which I will take. 13 plus 8 is 21.
Give me some damage.
21.
That's some hits. Give me some damage.
All right. Bear with me. I'm very excited to roll my sneak attack on this.
Oh
but,
man,
I haven't
the screen
done it
is
yet,
going to
so
get
it's
just
gonna
filled with
take a
dice.
sec.
It's going to be amazing.
All right. So I'm going to add 4 to whatever we get here. Yes.
Holy moly.
How about 30?
Woo! All right, so this thing is sort of reeling from this mace to the face. It spins down, just snarling at Gorgon Rex, and a crossbow bolt just tears right through its throat, out the back of its throat. There's a plume of blood spraying everywhere, and it turns snarling and is absolutely enraged. That would have killed like a full-grown bison. That would have stopped dead in its tracks, but it just seems like it's making this thing matter. That was a heck of a shot.
I really want to get to that pool.
Yeah.
Is there anything, I can't quite see, anything that I could sort of reach and duck behind with my movement and bonus?
So you are right here, this little green thing. If you want to get crazy, you could dive out and sort of hang off the roots of these trees. If you give me an acrobatics, if you want to kind of do some ninja parkouring to get around over there.
I'm definitely feeling crazy. This aura is so exciting.
Oh.
How about 18?
Woo! All right. So, emboldened by Kyrie's aura, and watching a dwarf fly like he did, you feel like you can do anything. So you nimbly swing your way across. You feel like you're 80 again. Yeah, you swing across the roots and manage to take cover in the darkness over there. Are you going to use your bonus?
Yeah, cunning action to hide, please.
Perfect. So this thing gets to go. This Wailuli were-tiger. So it glares at you, flaming beard Gorgon, and it sort of its whole body like ripples. It disappears like in a puff of shadow, I don't even know what a puff of shadow is, but it's
It can't be good.
no, it's terrible, right? And it reappears over here in another puff of shadow, very disconcerting puff of shadow, and it unleashes 2 arrows right at Kyrie. All right, the first one is 18 and deflects off your, once again, that massive tower shield comes to bear. But we've got, what, 21 armor class? Jeez.
22.
22? So you pull your shield up to block the first arrow, and the second one catches you right in the knee. Nothing worse than an arrow to the knee. That could end a lot of people's careers there. Give me a DC 15 con save.
DC 15 con. Let's do this. It's a 21 because I have a +7.
Woo! All right. So you take 12 points of piercing damage, and you feel some sort of terrible, unholy magics were trying to sort of course through your form. You can feel unholy impurity, and your force of your will drives it out. But it felt like it was like a poison for your soul on these arrows. Yeah.
And this one, the first one was a deck save. This one isn't a save at all.
So what's that?
This one wasn't a save at all. This was the first one was an arrow with a save. This is a different arrow it's fired or something?
No, so the arrow hit you, and then so the first arrow you deflected, the second arrow hit you. You took 12 points of piercing, and then had to make a save because it has something hideous, some terrible affliction that it'll afflict upon you.
Oh, I was asking about the very first arrow that surprised
Oh, the
us.
previous one, yeah, it was like a I don't know, like a out of combat reaction trap sort of made up nonsense. Yeah. Versus
It's all made up.
It turns out, shh, that's a secret. All right, Ash, you're up, and Kyrie, you're on deck.
So, question here. So it just teleported onto these rocks, right?
No.
Which are very, very slippery.
Correct.
So, hear me out here, guys. I want to take my boomerang, and I want to try to take its feet out from under it to knock it into the water.
Yes.
Love it.
Let's do it.
Because, cats love water.
You know.
So it seems like a great plan.
Don't tigers actually love water, though?
Yeah, they do. Especially-
Well, we don't know if they can swim.
That's very true. That's very true.
It's a were-tiger. That'll be a 24 to hit, sir.
That is a hit.
And I'm aiming right for the ankle or knee, whichever is gonna make it unstable.
All right, give me a sleight of hand. For oof, you got to beat a 19.
Yeah, there's a chance. There is a chance.
Oh.
No, not today. 12.
All right.
Can I use my, because I'm proficient in 2 weapon fighting, can I use my other boomerang
Absolutely.
to try?
Bonus action to throw your other. Absolutely.
Sure will. Oh, okay, same.
That's a hit.
4.
And give me another sleight of hand. This time you're beating a 16.
Crit.
Woo! All right, so you wing a boomerang out. It sees it coming, and it brings its shin up and bounces off its shin, and it kind of snarls at you in defiance. Meanwhile, with your offhand, you throw the other boomerang out in a big arc around. It circles back and catches the thing on its way back on the back of its legs, buckling its knees, and it topples headfirst into the water.
Can I use my movement now to maybe hide behind something else in this area?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have there's this whole huge rock mound that you're on. You could drop down and hide behind. You could, if you want to get wet, you could jump in the river and hide behind this rock. You could hide behind these ruins over yonder.
Finely sculpted conifer tree.
You could a hand sculpted conifer. If you want to get super crazy, you could swing out on the bridge and like drop down on the backside and hide on the backside of the bridge over there, similar to what Orlo was doing.
I'm going to actually come back here. So just in case I need to, we can double dutch across this rock and go. So we're gonna come back here.
Like over
And then-
yonder?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, my mouse is turned off. Sorry.
I was thinking of the blue one.
Here,
Over here.
behind these rocks. Sorry.
Okay.
And then, do I need to roll a stealth check for that?
Yeah.
Cool. That'll be a 27.
Woo! All right, and then like a shadow, Ash is gone. All right, back to the top of the order, Gorgon.
Oh wait, I didn't go yet.
Oh right, Kyrie. You were busy glaring at me.
Question on the damage it did to me previously. You said
Yes.
it was like affecting my body. Is it necrotic?
It is not necrotic, but it is of unholy ilk.
Okay, and it's hard to see how far away
So
am I?
You're about 15 feet away from it. It's right down here.
And it's on the surface. Can I still see it, or did it plunge?
You can see like its upper torso is above water. So it's actually kind of floundering around in there. You have advantage if you're going to try and do something with it. It's kind of floundering around in the water, not expecting to take a bath this early in the day or late in the blood moon, whatever.
How bloody did it look? Were you able to determine that while it jumped closer to us, or is it?
It was moving so fast, it's hard to tell.
Okay, I'm going to, with advantage, I think. Let's unleash. Should I do this? Let's do it.
Do
I'm
it.
Gonna do, which one? You know what? I'll try the. I have a scorching ray from the circlet of blasting, so I'll go. It gives me an advantage, so I'll try the 2 of those on it. I'll roll double on it. So it's a 18.
Okay, that's a hit.
I have a 9 of this spell. Oh, it's actually I only get a +5 with the circlet, so it's a 14.
14 still a hit.
Great. Okay, so this is that's for one of them, right? Each one rolls separately.
Yeah.
So here we go
You get 3
again.
rays, right?
Yeah. So the second ray. Hit.
Yeah.
Third ray. Hit.
Woo.
So
Yes.
that is 66. Taste the flavor. Okay.
Woo!
That's 27 from the circlet of blasting.
Fire. All right. So yeah. So this thing is floundering around. It pops up out of the water and just gets a face full of fire and dissipates in a puff of shadow into nothingness. You've sent this unholy beast back to where it came. So all that is left now is this weird, rippling rupture in reality next to Gorgon.
Then I'd like to continue my movement to get onto safer footing,
ground.
not dangling on a bridge wearing heavy armor. Move away from an edge, and let me see. It's hard to see where. I guess get me closer to the
We're gonna
group.
go up to the.
Attempting to ascend the finely sculpted, jagged rocks.
Yeah, there's actually
Available
there's
to
a
purchase.
delicate little staircase.
Okay.
There's a delicate little staircase that you can make your way up there. So you managed to get about that far. All right. So the beast has been dispatched, and all that remains is a strange rift in reality where it stood, or where it appeared initially. And there's a blue glow coming brightly off to your right over yonder.
Can we tell where the blue ghost is coming from other than direction?
Yeah, it's coming from a thing about 60 feet away. It looks like round, maybe like
Okay.
a pool.
Okay, cool. Yes, and this ripple in reality in front of Gorgon,
Right.
does it look like he could step through it?
Do you want to get a little closer and inspect it?
Oh yeah.
All right, so yeah, looking at it, it's like a tear in reality in front of you, and through it it emanates cold and darkness and dread and sort of shadowy tendrils around the edges of it. Definitely not a fun for anything, but you could probably try and step through it.
I'm gonna put the torch through it.
All right, so
and see what happens.
the torch goes through it and immediately extinguishes, and you just feel an icy chill go up your arm, and dread fills your heart.
Oh man, I need to get back and closer to Kyrie then, because I don't like this dread in my heart. The only thing cold and dark that I like are caverns. So
Steins of beer.
right, exactly. I don't like it though. I'm worried that something's gonna come up behind us through it.
Well, it definitely seemed like this beast came out of it.
Yeah. I mean, Jim wants to step through it. I don't know that Gorgon does.
I don't think Gorgon wants to go
I
through
don't
it.
think he does either. No,
I
he'll
don't
come
think Jim
back.
does either.
Some kind of weird portal. I feel scared, and it put out my
So
torch.
we're out of initiative order now. So does anybody else? Would anybody like to do anything? Who knows where Ash is? She just like full on disappeared.
Did my boomerangs come back to me?
You got one of them back, and the one that pinged off his leg did not. It splashed in the water.
Can I go get it?
You want to try? Sure. You can definitely. It's a little soggy, but he's still got it.
All right, cool.
What?
And then I will stay on the edge of light and move forward with the group
Okay.
after I get my boomerang.
Kyrie, what do you want to do? And Orla, what would you like to do?
I want to take a closer look real quick at that portal if we can. I want to see what it was like and what did it do to your torch, and that was so cool. The cat got all wet and do I recognize the cat creature at all? Have I ever seen anything like it?
You've probably read a lot of cat books and stuff.
Read a lot of bestiaries.
Yeah, all the bestiaries. You think it's a lycanthrope from the Shadowfell. A were-tiger that spent too long in the Shadowfell.
Has anyone been to the Shadowfell?
And from what you know, what you've read, the Shadowfell is a cold, dark place full of dread.
Anyone feeling any dread right now?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
It
No.
tracks.
Less so now than I did earlier.
Well, Gorgon, you gotta chill. And I hope that just echoes since I'm in the middle on the bridge.
Chill. Now sounds like a good time to take out the tankard. And he'll fill it up with 3 pints.
3 pints? So that's just like a little warm-up. All right.
Right.
So
yeah.
Gorgon just starts pounding beer. He's like guzzles 3 pints of dwarven ale.
I'll save a pint for the group if anybody wants, to have some from the communal tankard.
You're feeling a lot
I'll
less
take a
dread.
swig.
Hey.
Orla wants some? Yeah, you're feeling a
good?
lot less dread. So what would you guys like to do? There's this weird rift, and there's a blue light coming from ahead of you.
How much time do we have? I look at the moon.
It looks like the moon is about just hitting its apex. You're moments away from it hitting its apex, and once it hits its apex, you'll have about 30 ticks,
30 ticks.
of a clock.
Okay.
Cool. So I guess, if you guys want to move forward, I'll cover the rear end. And
Let's do it.
if stuff happens, I got it covered. So, Nate, as everyone moves forward, I would like to take out some caltrops
Nice.
and place them all around the portal.
Very nice.
And so if anything comes out and steps on it, we will be alerted immediately because there might be a yip or a yell or something.
Perfect.
Very nice.
I just rip them off my jacket. I'm like, where?
Caltrop.
So resourceful, Ash. I could have
right.
used you on a lot of expeditions.
So Orla, you look up. The clouds have parted for a moment, and you see the blood moon is just hitting its apex. The time of great scrying is afoot, and ahead you see what must be the oracle pool. And suddenly, things feel more cinematic. The round pool ahead is decorated with 4 statues of winged elven women wearing veils. Inside, it contains water glowing with magical light. Swirling energy and phantasmal images dance across its surface. Uh-oh, our camera went out. It's so magical. You can't gaze upon it. You've gone blind looking upon it. We really have gone blind.
Oh, we can't hear you, Kyrie.
Sorry, I said Gorgon. I'm gonna take your whole flask.
Yeah,
I'm gonna chug it all,
go for it.
Oh.
I can make more if you'd like.
and then I'm gonna hand it back to you and wipe my lips and just say I'm immune to poison.
Nice.
Wow.
Very good. Very
Wait,
good.
wait, poison?
Well, alcohol poison.
Eventually.
Oh.
Kyrie, would you mind terribly just dimming your lovely mace?
I did. I put out the mace before. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I was muted. So
Okay.
I diminished it. I felt like there was enough natural ambient glow from our scenery here that we don't need it.
Okay. I'm gonna be hanging out like near the entryway, just in case, like stealthily.
Yeah,
To the
like kind
side
of lurking by behind some rocks
yeah,
or whatever.
in the shadows, waiting for whatever to go wrong. You
Yep.
know, that's Ash is a team player, guys.
Yeah,
You know.
nothing's gonna go wrong. It's pretty much you got it. You got to the pool. We're done. Woo.
I can't resist. I'm going straight for those statues. I want to know if their presentation of the veils or if the craftsmanship can tell me anything about how they compare with the 2,000-year-old Eladrin ruins. And
All right, so you're gonna go check
My
out the
arm between
statue.
her and them,
Higher
and remind her not to touch anything.
Nate, I have a question. Is this is this here? Can you guys see my mouse? No. Sorry. Is this like a ledge I could stand and hide on?
You know,
Or is it just going to the ceiling?
probably like a clumsy human would have a hard time, but an elven bounty hunter, no problem. It's like a cakewalk for you.
Can I choose to go up there and stealth then? Instead?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
So you like parkour your way up, swinging off the thing. All right. So Ash has a nice little vantage point up there. Orla is checking out the statues. Gorgon,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
I'll assist
Okay.
Orla with that,
Okay.
lending my stone cunning and arcana proficiencies to.
And
it's been so
Kyrie.
long since I had someone to talk to about particular sculpture issues.
Right, I knew I took those classes for a reason.
That's 28 for stealth, Nate.
28. It just keeps going up. Hey, Kyrie, what would you like to do?
I'll once again trigger my divine sense and really try to perceive into these immediate surroundings, and especially these statues, to see if anything unholy emanates. And
right.
the general direction I'd felt something before, correct?
Yes. Well, you think, if you're not mistaken, you were picking up before. It seems like this rift that was tearing, presumably to the Shadowfell, might have been what was triggering your divine sense before.
Okay.
It feels like once it tore open, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. It makes sense now. And that's why it was neither undead nor fiend, whatever, but there was something unholy and undivine. So you're going to fire off your divine sense. Gorgon, Orla. Okay, so Gorgon and Orla. So you're checking out the statues in the fountain. They look like they're actually Eladrin women, veiled with wings, like saluting to the sun, which leads you to believe that this is indeed like some sort of ancient observatory or something. And in fact, you're looking at the runes stuff more. You're coming to think it might not have been just a celestial observatory, but there's all these runes about existence and reality. You think it might be a planar observatory. And
I was misled by the mountain location, but in fact it would give you access because of the ley lines to all kinds of planar energies.
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense when you point it out.
you also noticed that the water in the pool it's kind of it's slightly turbulent. It's kind of spinning, and it is not the clear, reflecting pool that was described, but there is some turbulence about. Kyrie, you turn your eyes into divine mode, and you sense something very, very, very undead directly to your left, right coming from this direction. At the same time, Ash, you spot, it's hard to miss, like a spectral figure. Just sort of appears out of the darkness, gliding super gracefully straight towards you. It looks like...
Oh no.
Oh yes, no, she's headed your direction. It looks like a very elegant woman, lithe, tall. She moves with the grace of some sort of annoyingly noble elf, and there's long, flowy, like spectral robes about her, and she has on her head there's like what looks like it once was a beautiful pointed silver crown that reaches towards the stars, and her face is covered with a flowing veil, and she sort of glides towards you, and she says, "It is traditional to bow in the face of nobility."
So I will bow, but I won't I won't look at her directly. I'm just making sure she's not going to touch me. So I'll make sure there's space there as I do it.
All right, so you bow. And avert your gaze. Gorgon, what are you gonna do?
So we hear all this then.
Oh yeah. She's very loud.
Gorgon's
and
a
very
traditional
glowy.
dwarf. And his first wife was elf as well, so he is respectful and will bow.
Okay. Kyrie, what are you going to do? This undead abomination is headed your way.
How far away is our guest?
She's about 30 feet.
Oh. And you said she's floating?
Yes, she's kind of gliding through the air.
Oh. All right. I've seen my compatriots bow. I will nod my head and tuck it behind the high tower shield, so I'm averting her gaze.
So you tuck your head behind your shield?
Yeah, just a
little. And Orla, what are you doing?
Is she over here?
Yes.
Where is she?
That's her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is everyone close to me, by the way, or where am I? I can't see myself.
Yeah, you guys are all right. You're all right here.
I would take a step back if I'm too far away, just so I'm closer to my...
Yep. Everybody but Ash is near you. Ash is all the way up here.
Oh, okay.
And this figure's right here. So you just nod your head. Ash bows. Rex, Gorgon Rex bows, and Orla, what are you doing?
I'll do a little curtsy.
All right.
But I'm trying to scan and see if she resembles the statues and approximately from what era she hails.
It does, if you're not mistaken, and you have spent your entire life studying this sort of thing, she does seem to be dressed in Kalantari era Eladrin clothing that dates sort of circa the same era as these ruins. And she glides...
I sort of grab Gorgon. I'm like, she will know so much about this.
She glides closer, glaring at Kyrie. Says, "I said you should bow before your queen."
Interesting. Is that where she comes? Okay.
And as she raises her voice, The water in the pool starts to churn and froth a little more violently. In fact, it doesn't read on camera, so it starts flashing.
So would I see that from up top?
Yes, you definitely can't miss it.
Could
What would you guys like to do?
Kyrie, we must appease the queen. It might be in our most chill interest to obey the royal queen herself.
Oh, it's hard. I'm a conquest paladin.
No, because we've known each other for a while, and you would probably know that Ash never gives directions.
She glares at you, Kyrie, and starts to lift her veil.
What I do is I greet her with a guiding bolt to her face.
Oh, okay.
Now this comes right out of Heaven's
Out of your mace, right?
Heaven's Fall, and it's a level 2 guiding bolt.
Okay.
And if it hits, it also does an additional 1d6 radiant damage to any fiend or undead. So
Awesome.
first, let me resolve this guiding bolt. It's a d20. Please hit. Oh, that was so close. 14.
All right, that is a miss.
And I say, did I do that?
So she rips her veil up, and her face, what looks like it was once a beautiful elven face, is just crawling with like spectral maggots. It's just like a writhing mass of maggots, and she glares at you and screams, "How dare you!" The water in the pool swirls into a crazy maelstrom. The three of you, everybody but Ash, give me a DC 16 Constitution save.
You guys all get
Con save.
+5.
Thank you.
That's a 30 for Gorgon.
Nice. I get a dirty 20.
That is literally 16.
Wow. All right, so everybody that made your save, you take 50 points of psychic damage. All right, and you're
Is
sort
this
of.
an attacker I can see?
No, you could hear it. There's no dodging. It is, her wail cuts to your very soul. It is like pure misery incarnate that makes a little piece of you wilt inside. And she glares at Kyrie. Your beauty vexes me. How do we do not like to be vexed. And the water in the pool is starting to broil and froth broil. It's just making up words. It's going so crazy. What do you guys want to do?
That was nasty.
I want to duck behind this wall and quaff a potion real quick.
Okay. She starts gliding across the pool towards you, Kyrie.
Can I, two things I would like to do. How far away is she then?
She's about 15 feet away.
15 feet away. Okay. So what I will do is, I'm going to heal myself for 30 as an action, and then as a bonus action, just as a bonus action, get my spiritual weapon up in her face.
All right, everybody that is, so Orla, you drank a potion. Ash, what are you doing from your vantage point?
I think
Miss.
what I might do is I'm going to wait
Okay.
until she gets, because it seems like she's so zeroed in on Kyrie right now, I might be able to surprise attack her. So I'm going to stay bowed until she passes me, and then I'm going to jump down and do a little stabby stab with my Yakalawa. So
Okay.
first sneak attack. So
And is that your healing, Orla? And what are you doing,
Yes.
Gorgon? While all this is raging on around you, what are you doing?
So she's coming towards us. Kyrie's already thrown down. I'm gonna stand fast and prepare for battle.
Okay.
With hammer and shield out.
Sort of holding your ground.
Mhm.
Like, all right. So everybody, all of you guys, give me a DC 15 Wisdom save.
You all get +5.
except for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this against magic?
It's against being frightened by her
Use my
maggoty
dom.
face.
I'm using my Indomitable to reroll that.
Do they get a bonus against being frightened, Kyrie?
Yes, they can't be frightened.
Whoa! All right. So so only Ash. She's outside of your aura.
19.
15?
19.
19. Okay, you make it. You steadfast.
Anyone within 10 feet of me can't be frightened.
Awesome.
I got a 15.
So-
you said it was 15 or 16 for the.
Well, you can't be frightened. You're immune to the effect because Kyrie, you feel like if you had been alone in the dark and seen this, you would have soiled your dwarf armor.
Easily.
But once again, being around Kyrie is just it's the place to be.
I'm glad you're here. Kyrie. Glad you're.
So this spectral figure, she glides even closer to Kyrie and says, "This is what you bring to my kingdom? I was inviting you to tea. Perhaps I should invite you to a funeral instead." What would you guys like to do?
Oh.
Is tea still an option?
I mean, guys.
She
I
glares
feel like-
down at Yorla and says, "We think you meant to say, is tea still an option, Your Majesty?"
Why, yes, of course. It's only right that an Eladrin champion should show us the ways of the observatory in person.
As she starts talking to you, Orla, you see the waters are starting to get less violent.
Let's keep that up.
Come in humble supplication, Your Majesty. We have longed to study these mysteries over which you clearly reign.
And what of your insolent manservant? And she points at Kyrie.
She's very clumsy. She wanted to
Oh,
pay homage to you by a light show.
she vexes us. She vexes us greatly.
She is vexing, it's true. But she's very sorry.
So, Nate, since I'm up top, I kind of I'm going to try something here. Hear me out.
Okay.
I would like to, because I am a quite dashing, young, dapper man. I would like to jump, do a front flip, and do like a sweeping bow right in front of her
Ooh.
and say, "Your Grace, I'm so sorry for her, jealousy of you. Your beauty has been told to us far and wide, and we have only wished to enjoy the company of your Majesty and maybe gain some of your infinite wisdom and just be chill." And I do like a sweeping bow when I do that.
And is Ash good looking?
13, not bad, average.
All right. Well, give me an acrobatics check. Let's see how glorious and graceful your.
I wish you could see my character sheet and see like how the stats that
Or
I
you
took
can give
were
me a performance. Your choice: performance or acrobatics.
Ooh, let's see what performance is. No, we're gonna do acrobatics. So I get a plus 11 to acrobatics. So. Oh, come on.
All right. So you do this beautiful flip and
Would I
land.
get plus 5 to that since I'm going into Kyrie's range?
Yeah, sure. Everything feels better when you're around Kyrie. Maybe if you're
So-
standing in front of Kyrie too, it might help the whole.
Yes, exactly. So a 17 then.
Awesome. So she turns and looks at you and kind of cocks her head and says, "Fascinating. You move with beauty. I have not seen such beauty in quite some time. Stay with your majesty. Stay with us."
Your Majesty, how many are still in your court? I know your reign is supreme here, after all.
There are none. There are none. Why do you remind me of this? You vex me! And the waters of the pool start to froth
Stay on the
and
edge,
churn.
So, Your Grace, we only wish to join. We are nothing but humble and loyal servants, and I would like to even, and might I say, you're even more elegant in person. And I give her like a shy wink, if Your Majesty would accept such a compliment.
Perhaps you would join me for some tea.
Yes, Your Grace. If that's what Your Majesty wishes, I will join you for tea.
Please, please, gather around. Join me. And she gestures to the empty air next to her. Partake, please. What would you like to do?
Did the High Seer mention anything about a spectral elf queen?
Nope. Bad intel.
Yeah.
So would it be possible to? So I have a patch of antitoxin on my vest here. Is there a way that I can like sleight of hand, like as I bow?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like the ladies first,
Yeah.
or royalty first, Your Majesty type thing, and rip it off. And then what I want to try to do is sleight of hand the antitoxin into Orla, Gorgons, and myself, because Kyrie said he's immune to poison. I remember him saying that earlier.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So as you gesture for her to go first, the waters start to smooth, and she comes and she reaches out to the air and picks up nothing, and begins to sip.
Oh, so there's nothing.
Oh,
in
there's
the air.
nothing. No.
So I can pretend to grab
Yeah.
something and cool.
Kyrie, do you join?
I will I'll apologize and say your greatness, your power is greatness, and excuse my folly, and I'll try to persuade to calm her down.
Okay.
Can I
That's
turn?
That's a +9 though.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't even need to have to roll, but what the heck, really?
Okay.
So she still kind of glares at you and says, "Your lady servant, her thick tongue vexes us."
excuse me, my lady, 1 second. I will put my servant in where she belongs. She's from simple trash blood, even though her aesthetic may be pleasing to the eye. Please, would you allow me 30 seconds to resolve this issue, Your Grace?
Very well. And she turns
And so-
to Gorgon and Orla and just starts sipping invisible tea with Gorgon and Orla.
I turn to Kyrie And I would like to just look here. I want you to stare right there, and I'm gonna point to the pool at the ground while we have tea with this. And it's really hard for me because I've never really experienced anger emotions before, so it seems very forced and terrible. Like you just need to sit there and think about what you did. Do not look at the queen. I want you to stare right there at that ground this entire time while we are in the presence of Her Majesty. Do you understand me, Kyrie? And or else you'll get the oh gosh. You will get the hand.
Ooh.
You know how when you get the hand.
And when she's blocking me from seeing this woman, I would say, I whisper for help.
Till I say so. 30 ticks. And so I'll go. And so do I need to tell you again? Do so just chill.
So,
and
the queen glances, gives you an approving nod. She seems to quite approve of the raising of the hand, and the waters start to get completely calm and clear. And for a moment, you can start to see your reflections. It's almost completely still.
So what I'll do then when I see that, would I see that talking to him if I did this to look back?
Orla and Gorgon can see it, but you're busy threatening the backhand.
Okay. The damn pool. Stare at the pool. That's what. Stare at the pool. I said stare at the ground now.
So as you start to look into the pool, there's suddenly a green glow in the sky above you, behind you, up from behind where this figure came from, and her eyes go up, and she looks in this guy and says, "No, the betrayer's gift vexes me. No, not again!" And the water again begins starting frothing wildly, and suddenly everything feels more cinematic. The green light emanates from some sort of magical crystal held in an elaborately carved base, which rests on a large mound of rock. That rock, it turns out, is a massive driftstone hovering about 60 feet above the ground. A series of smaller driftstones float near it, like suspended island chains stretching out far, far, far to your left. At the distant end of the driftstone path, it seems the stones might just be low enough to reach, but it's going to be quite a trek to get there from over here by the Oracle Pool.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So cool.
I'm going to bring up the light.
Yes.
Hold on a sec. So we've got, so this is where things get fun. We have, so this is this glowing crystal up here. It's roughly 60 feet in the air, floating. And then there's this chain of suspended driftstones, which are all floating in the air above a ravine here with a river. But down here, they seem low enough that you could probably hop on if you could somehow make it across this bridge and the like. And it seems like if you could stop this vexing green glow, it might calm the queen long enough for the pool to get still enough to see your reflection. So
How
all you have
far
to do is just make it up to there. And on that, how what?
How far is it from where we are now?
1, 2, about 120 feet ahead and about 60 feet high. And on that, we're gonna go to our intermission and see if you can make it all the way up. All right, so we will take a 10-minute intermission. When we're going to be giving away a painted Erenthor mountain set. So what's a good code word? Who's got a cool, fun code word that we haven't said yet that we can put in the chat?
Ooh. I don't know. I just say chill a lot.
How about chill with a Y? so that no one's written
Chill.
it. Chyll. Chyll, right? Chill with a Y. It's like the fantasy
No.
chill. Chill with a Y into the comments. You'll be entered for the drawing. What's Chris? You have to be in the U.S. to win. And when we come back after the break, we'll do a drawing to see who wins the Painted Aranthor Mountain set. All right, so we'll see you everybody in 10 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. This is second half of our adventure where nothing is going to go wrong for these adventurers. And a happy ending awaits, surely, hopefully. And speaking of happy endings, is that a weird transition? We're going to give away a Aranthor Mountain set right now. So type in chill with a Y, the fantasy chill, CHYLL, while you drink some fantasy tea. Type in chill to win Aranthor Mountains. You ready to drawing? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Domestic only. Whoa! Who's
It's Merc90.
Merc90? You are the lucky winner of painted Aranthor Mountain set. This was we are sold out of this. We have a restock coming in like 6 weeks or a month, and we have a secret stash here in the studio. We had one box sitting here, so you get the last box, Aranthor Mountains. All right.
Lucky.
You're right. This mercenary's luck.
Stuff.
Oh, Aranthor Mountain's it's like you can do anything with it. Something like we have over here. Actually, we don't have any Aranthor pieces. This is all the new Wildlands stuff, but close enough. It's a bunch of cool rocks. So last we left our intrepid adventurers 10 minutes ago. They'd found the Oracle Pool. There's some sort of Banshee Queen that is causing the waters to be all turbulent, so you can't get a good reading. And just when they thought all was calm, you found there is this glowing green crystal upon yonder rock that is quite vexing her. Perhaps if you could remove that from her sight, things would be calm, and we could all go home. So let's look at where we have. So you guys are down here. See our intrepid party here with their delightful tea party hostess. And then over yonder, we have this crystal we've got to get to. But it's really, really high in the air, even for Mr. Springing and Leaping next year. Yeah. But there is, up these conveniently, beautifully sculpted stairs, and up there's a gentle path if you're really ambitious. There's floating stones over the river, no big deal. Everything. Maybe you could work your way over there. Whoop, up that little cliff. Bump, 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 bump. Up here. Floating, more floating. Whoa! The camera died. I'm blind! It burns! Why? No. Is it back?
How about a more direct approach? How about we...
Yeah, you could just throw somebody right up there.
Hook,
yeah.
Rope, fly.
Yeah, all of this is good.
Okay. So hear me out.
I'm not great with heights.
I'm not fairly certain, like, and this is like sidebar, not in character right now, but like I'm not fairly certain like we need to destroy that, right? Because we have this undead ghost queen here.
Yes.
That's like, I don't know if there's a way we can mask it, like if someone can cast darkness on the gem, maybe. I feel like if we destroy it, it might lead to other things, because
she called it the betrayal.
She's a little cuckoo.
Betrayer's gift
anyway. So I don't know if anyone can do that. I know I cannot.
I got no magic.
If not,
2 rogues, a fighter, and a paladin.
We could stick it in a bag of holding.
Yes.
I was gonna smash it with that rock I took.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? If we want, I could Super Mario up there and lower a rope for you guys.
The terms you use are unfamiliar, but the concept is very clear.
You know what? I have a couple of blankets on me. All right. So like on this cloak. So I will turn to the queen and be like, my lady, just chill. Your Majesty, Your Grace. I'm sorry to be informal. I will take care of the vexing for you. Please, on my honor, let me prove myself to you.
We hate the betrayer.
Yes, she has betrayed me. She has slain all my people. She reminds me of this betrayal. I cannot close. The reflection is too much.
Okay.
Why does she vex me? And the waters in the pool began to roil.
I will solve this problem for you, my lady. Please ask it, and I will set forth immediately.
It vexes us. Make it go.
Okay, so here I think is the plan. Orla since you're able to kind of calm her down and keep her calm, let's do that. Kyrie, why don't you stay focused on the pool just in case we're able to solve this way? Or how do you feel about that?
And
Just,
have me spend quality time with our undead friend.
Ha.
I mean, if things go wrong, that's also the same reason I figured you could be down there because you deal radiant damage, which would
I
do.
don't know if. I mean, are we destroying this or covering it or what are we doing?
So, like, sidebar, I think that her life source is connected to this pool. So we have to appease her, and we don't really have a lot of time to do it. My worry is that if we destroy that, which is probably, I don't know in my history of D&D, that me destroying something without thinking about it has normally turned very sour for me very quickly. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, if we cover it with blankets, then if not, we can destroy it. Like, I figured we can wrap some blankets around it to cover the light. Maybe. I don't know.
No,
But
it's a good plan because like we can always take it to the next level if we need to.
Like furniture delivery, we're just gonna wrap it up nicely.
yeah,
I would also happily urinate and or pour holy water into this pool.
That's an option too.
yeah.
Being that it is her life force, I am happy
We need to
Combine our
look
efforts.
in it.
Well,
and destroying this thing.
And
Well, we
keep it-
only have a limited amount of time, so I'm trying to, like, I think if we kind of split the party here,
Yeah.
if we go 2 and 2, that we'll still be covered.
You have
Anytime someone
you
says
have
split
about
the party,
20
it's
more
a
minutes.
Yeah.
The blood moon has reached its apex, and you have about 20 more ticks before the time of the portent has passed.
Cool.
So,
Let's take everybody's blankets, cloaks.
well, I got plenty of blankets. Like,
Oh,
I got
okay.
blankets, like, I got the best. We're gonna be okay.
So
I have 3 blankets and rope, so we can make this happen.
All right, let's do it. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
All right, so Orla and Kyrie, you're staying down with the delightful queen, the little tea
Muddy
party.
notes in this. It's so good.
All right, and all right. So what are you guys gonna do, Gorgon and Ash? What are you guys gonna do?
Gorgon, you said that you could get up there really quick, then drop a rope for me. I think that's what
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, I can. So if we're talking jump distances real quick, from a
Yep.
standing long jump, I can do 30 feet per jump. If there's a way, you said it's like 60 feet up in the air.
Yeah.
If like there's a way to,
Well, there's lower. So let's go on. So there's lower. You think? Let's see, 30 feet. You could probably, from here, you could probably leap to here
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
if all works out. If the winds are in your favor.
Yeah, he'll take a shortcut
What
if he can.
about, well, how about going from here and then up? Because
I
then,
can't see the. Sorry, do it again. I was off the screen.
all right. Oh, my mouse isn't on. Sorry. If we start here and kind of cut that way, because it seems safer versus.
Yeah, if you, it's going to be a harder. It's kind of a straight. You could probably swing it 10, 20, 30. You might just catch it and haul himself up.
Yeah, yeah. If I get a running start, I can, and then maybe like I've got a grappling hook too. Maybe like I just put the shield and hammer away and just have 2 grappling hooks out in case something bad happens.
Wait a second. You're going to dual wield grappling hooks?
Uh-huh.
I'm so
Can
on
I
board for this.
assist with the boost?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, so you do. He runs to your hands. You do like the cheerleader,
Yeah, and we'll do the-
color
the-
guard, like
Yeah.
yeah, the color guard toss with the
do it.
dwarf.
Yeah, that way for sure he lands on it versus on the side.
Yeah, yeah, you can aid him for sure. Yeah, what could go awry? This is a great plan.
Absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, awesome. So, all right, so you've got a grappling hook in each hand, and you're gonna take a galloping start and run over to Ash, who's then gonna like boost you up. She's gonna aid you and launch you up into. Yeah, this is perfect. What
Yeah,
could?
I'll use my entire action to do it. It's my- yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else other than that.
Okay, so.
Splat.
Well, here's the challenge. So it's from the ground here. It's about 40 feet to get up there, but if if Ash leaps up here, Ash could get up here pretty easily. If you did like a run from over here, you could run, jump, do a thing, and leap up. Or you could just do it from standing, and she could launch you, and you try it like that. What do you think?
I prefer to run if I can.
Yeah.
If I've got the room.
All right, so give me
He's a spry 12 decks, you know.
Yeah. So give me an athletics with she's aiding you, helping you, so you can have I'll give you advantage on.
All right. Just in case, he's ready to call upon his luck, should he need it. And here we go. It's gonna be +8.
Okay.
8 + 8. Yeah, 26.
Woo! All right, so bounding across, leap into Ash's waiting, and a whoof up, and you manage to catch on the ledge and clamber up. There's 2 grappling hooks, hook on the edge, like no problem. You feel like as cool as a mountain climber could ever feel. Meanwhile, back at our pool, so Kyrie and Orla, you were sipping tea with her Majesty.
Staring ponderously into this pool.
All right, and so the waters are still kind of like frothing a little, and she looks over at you, Kyrie, and now that she's sort of calm, she's kind of staring at you. And how are you beautiful? You're an
20 charisma, yes.
You're an Asimar, right? She starts looking at you like just inspecting your whole figure. You're kind of uncomfortable with how she's like looking at you. And she starts glaring and the like. And says, "Oh yes, we would like you to stay here for an eternity. You are soothing on the eyes. Yes.
What would you have me do here for an eternity?
What would you offer, Your Majesty?"
I'm a great negotiator.
I needed a negotiator when the betrayer came. Why did I let my love for her cloud my vision? Why? And the waters start to roil again. Meanwhile,
I'm gonna try to. Okay.
yeah, what were you gonna do?
I was gonna try to inquire about her lover and say that we can help her with that too, and try and persuade her to be calm.
Give me a persuasion.
It's a 19.
You would not understand.
Try me.
She offered a gift. It stands there. It reminds me of this failure. And that was the beginning of the end of Kalintir. There was a failure. My people have died because of her. That is a monument to their death.
Orla, are you getting this?
I feel so much better saying that. Thank you. She's back to sipping her tea. So back on the rock.
Could we hear all that screaming?
You heard some screaming, but the wind is buffeting you. It's very loud up here on the top of the rock, so it's kind of buffeting you around. It's really hard to. You hear some kind of like caterwauling. You're not quite sure what's going on down there.
Sure.
But-
I'll lower rope for Ash.
Well, you just managed to sort of like stumble to your feet, and it's pretty high. You know, for a dwarf, it's like this is particularly high, and the wind is kind of like blowing you around from up here. And
It's not right. This rock is just in the middle of the air.
something catches your eye. You think there's movement in the darkness. This is going to be number 6. The breeze is a little strong, and suddenly things feel a little more cinematic. Number 6. In the sky above us, a massive red wyvern swoops down. With a blood-curdling screech, she flies straight towards you. This is the Crimson Claw Wyvern, a fearsome nocturnal predator boasting 3 sets of eyes so she never loses sight of her prey. Capable of a terrifying flight speed, she dive bombs her hapless victims in the blink of an eye. Also, she loves nothing more than the taste of fresh dwarf flesh. Now back to our players.
I don't know about Gorgon fresh, but
So let's roll for some initiative.
Do we hear this screeching descent? Of
Oh
this,
yes, it's ear-splittingly screeching.
Oh boy.
Oh, in fact, Gorgon, what do I need from you? This blood-curdling screech is, give me a DC 13 Wisdom save, Gorgon.
all right, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, 14, it's 15.
Woo! All right, so you're kind of blood chills, but you shrug off the fear of this horrendous creature flying right down you. So you see a very oh boy, this is not gonna work. Woo!
Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah. So you see this gal? Here she is.
Yeah. She looks pretty,
So she's flying straight towards you. And what does everybody have on initiative here?
Gorgon got a 22.
Gorgon's on a 22? Wow, anybody else above 20? All right, any 15 to 19? Uh-oh. Okay. 10 to 15.
10. Is how many minutes has it been since I triggered my shield of fate, since it's a 10-minute duration?
It's been a little more than 10 minutes. We are 10 minutes into the apex. So.
Okay.
Everybody else under 10. What are you at, Orla?
4.
And what about Ash?
6.
Okay. All right, so Gorgon, you're up. You've got a pair of grappling hooks in hand, and a massive, aggressive reptile flying straight at you at a staggering velocity.
So, all right, I'm thinking through a couple of things. The safe option would be to hunker down and get Ash up here. I kind of want to use one of those grappling hooks to lasso it, though.
Yeah, of course. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
How many times have you done that in life?
Never. And Gorgon, listen, Gorgon's a monster hunter.
Bucket
He's
list.
gonna try to lasso
Yeah,
it down.
I think this is a fantastic plan. What? Yeah, you're about 40 feet away. So if you got a 50-foot rope on that grappling hook, you could totally pull this off.
All right, let's try it.
What do we have here? What do you? This sounds like. Do you want to give me an animal handling, or do you want to give me? Yeah, that's too mean. Let's. This is a. You know what? This is a wildly athletic maneuver, isn't it? Clearly.
Yeah. He's got the thing swirling and trying to get some momentum on that grappling hook.
Here's what you do. You know what I'm gonna do for you? What if do you want to hold your action until it gets closer, and then you could use your boots. Your boots give you the lift. You could kind of jump up and lasso it when it's really close.
Yes. Yeah. That's what he'll do. He's preparing himself for it to get closer.
All right.
so
What's
that
like how close? How close do you want it to be for it to trigger?
At the last possible moment.
Okay.
Somewhere between 15 and 10 feet.
Okay. So it comes flying towards you because it's next on the order, and right before, so it closes to about 10 feet. Let's see what we got. And you realize it's moving so fast. Like if you were trying to engage it in melee, you don't think you would even be able to swing attack of opportunity on this thing. It's zipping by so fast. But you're ready in lasso mode, so you think you go. So it swings down and it does this crazy maneuver where it swings its stinger forward and actually juts. Its tail is particularly long. It stabs its stinger forward straight towards your chest, just at the same time that you're leaping up to throw your lasso. So give me an athletics check. And what's your armor class?
19 without a shield. 19. And he's ready with his luck. Let's see how this goes. +8 modifier. Man, dice are really going for me tonight. That is a 26 on my athletics check.
Woo! Okay, so here's what happens. So it dives straight towards you without ever slowing down. It bites right where you were standing. Just as you leap up, you jump out of where its jaws were. It clamps down. You notice that it's got 2 sets of fangs, like a snake's fangs. It's got a set in the front and then another set halfway back in the mouth. And they seem like they're just exactly the sort of thing that would be designed to tear up dwarf flesh. But it snaps closed. Oh yeah, no, it's made of nightmares. You wish Kyrie was right next to you right now. You could really use some of that, or at least another gallon of dwarven ale, or some combination of the two. So its jaws slap down right behind you as you leap up. But its stinger, it's got 6 eyes. It's got 3 eyes on each side, and you see them, they're all tracking you. These crazy yellow draconic pupils are all tracking you, and it anticipates where you're heading and catches you right in the chest with its stinger. Give me a DC 15 con save.
If it's poison, I have advantage.
You do have advantage.
Dang it. Yeah, so that's with +7, so that's 20. That's no 26.
All right, so you make the save. So you get hit in the stomach. You take 15 points of piercing damage, and you're no stranger to poison. I mean, you drank like 5 gallons of ale one night. But this is like, you feel your blood absolutely boiling, and it's like your bloodstream is actually just exploding with fire. You still take 14 points of poison damage despite your successful save. This thing, it feels like it's just absolutely, like your tissue is just tearing apart from the inside. Like it's just melting you from the inside out. This poison is dripping off this thing. But the good news is, despite being impaled on this the thing's stinger, you swing around and have lassoed it around the neck with your grappling hook, and are trailing. How far down the rope are you holding? Oh, Mace, can you get one of our grappling hooks?
Let's see. I mean, I'm thinking like 15 feet or so. You know, he don't want to be too close to it, but too far away, he might not be able to do what he wants to do. Because honestly, he'd like to slam it into that crystal.
All right, so you're at 15 feet. So you loop it around in midair and sort of grab on the rope 15 feet, and this thing just keeps going, and you're jerked into the air like sailing. It's moving about 100 feet in his turn. It's just like sailing at an unbelievable clip. And the rest of you guys, he disappears out of, it is dark, it's pitch dark, he's way out of your sight of vision. So you just hear, as he swoops into the darkness. Yonder, heading in this direction. You see the silhouette of this flying thing in front of the glowing green crystal, and then it swoops out into darkness, and you just hear the Doppler effect of flying dwarf. Who's next on the order? We got Kyrie is up, and then Ash, you're after that. What would you like to do? And Her Majesty seems to be paying no attention, no heed to flying dwarves.
That she didn't hear it, or she's ignoring it?
You're not quite sure.
I'm gonna ask her. Say, was the wyvern a friend of yours?
Wretched pest. In fact, it vexes us.
I'm gonna excuse myself to go deal with this vexing wyvern. And I'm gonna...
Excuse yourself, Your Majesty, you mean?
Your Majesty. And I'll double move.
Woo!
To try and get as close as I can to my companions where I last saw them.
All right, so you're
least I'll see
sprinting
Ash.
your way towards the. There's these beautiful stairs carved into the cliff. So last you saw, he was flying off this way, screaming in the dark. Ash, what would you like to do? This is all happening staggeringly fast. You've never seen a
Cool.
dwarf fly away that quickly.
Well, I'm really hoping with those grappling hooks, one of them had rope on it.
Yeah, he had 2 roped grappling hooks.
Cool. Can I use my movement, which I think that I have athlete as a feat, which doesn't take away from my movement to climb. Let me just double check. That might be a different character.
I think you had the one where you get fighter superiority dice, and you had.
Oh, yeah, I did. I don't think I took the athlete then. So, cool. Never mind. Different character. Nope, sure didn't. All right, so I will climb up. So that's the movement.
Well, he's got his. He still has his grappling hooks in hand. He didn't.
Oh.
He left. He got to the top and then went wyvern rodeo
Okay.
on a wyvern rodeo and just took off with the ropes.
Cool. Well, I guess I'm taking the long way then.
Do you want to head over yonder?
Yes, I'm trying to. So now I'm confused because now I feel like this dirty witch has tricked me into doing a feat that I was not capable of doing. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and have fun with this. We're gonna. Could you zoom back out for me, please?
We got Selena,
Okay.
the video wizard, operating the camera. She'll get you whatever.
If you turn just back toward this crystal, how far am I from that crystal right now?
It's roughly from where you are to about 50 feet vertical, and to about 50 feet horizontal.
Can I get a shot off with that?
You're gonna try and shoot it? Yeah, absolutely.
With the
You got
boomerang?
yeah.
All right.
And you don't even need to give me a roll. This is well, actually, there's high winds. Yeah, give me a roll. It's a pretty big, massive crystal, but there are some crazy winds gusting around. So give me a roll to see if you can toss your boomerang straight through all this wind.
Which way is the wind blowing?
It is blowing towards the pool from back there here. So you can arc out that way. And
Okay, then we'll try it. The non-magical boomerang.
just hedge your bets.
Yeah. So we'll get ready. We'll load that bad boy up. Swing it. I keep trying to use my physical dice.
Orla, you're on deck.
All right. Here we go. That would be a nope, wrong page. 14 to hit.
All right, so you throw the boomerang far to the left, and the wind sort of pushes it back as it rotates, and it circles off. It's going to be a nice, clean, dead shot. It arcs around, and just before it gets to the crystal, it hits something. There's like, woo, woo, woo. And you see there's like a kind of a field of magic around the crystal, and it kind of ricochets off. It wobbles back. You've just managed to catch it as it wobbles back.
Son of a biscuit eater. Okay, so in character is like, huh, all right.
Chill,
Well, I
chill.
guess I'll take the long way. Unless there's another way I can. Actually, can I grapple hook?
Yeah, you can give it a whirl for sure.
So I'll use my bonus to grapple hook that one ledge that Gorgon was just on, and then I'll
Yep.
climb up if possible.
Yeah, give me a give me. Yeah, you're a bounty hunter. You grapple hook all day long. You can swing that thing up, no problem, and
Cool.
you start climbing. What's your? How far is it? 10, 20, 25. Let me get you up there. Now you're prone. You just managed to pull yourself up over the ledge.
Yeah, I'll stay as flat as I can to the.
Okay. All right,
And just-
Orla, you're up, and then Gorgon, we're going to be back to you wherever you may be.
Okay, so
Did she find it?
suddenly finding myself alone with the queen. I have one hasty last sip of tea, and look after my departing paladin friend, and feeling much less bold and secure, say, I have many questions about the glory of the Kalantiri period, but I wish to first seek out that which is vexing you and get rid of it. Okay, be right back! And I hustle after my paladin friend.
Okay.
Do I know, by the way, what caused the downfall of the Kalantiri period, which she has just alluded to? Is there a famous historical...
You want to give me a history?
I would love to. Don't stop trying to reach for dice.
So hard.
This is not about it. Okay. It's gonna be 17.
Okay, so from what you recall, there was some sort of magical disaster that befell the kingdom. Nobody's entirely sure the nature of it, but it is said that the queen was working on some sort of magical project that went terribly awry, and it was something to she lived her life to serve her subjects, to protect her people, and something went terribly awry, and the civilization disappeared overnight. So perhaps she is, if this is the same queen, she could be stuck with the guilt of somehow destroying
The
her
person
entire,
she trusted.
and the guilt of all of her people dying overnight rests on her shoulder. Perhaps even anchoring her here.
I'm torn between my friends in need and an eyewitness account to a lost civilization from 2,000 years ago. I,
Well,
reluctantly dash my way
All right.
after my paladin.
oh, and you've got you could bonus, right? You can move, double move, and bonus dash, right? You're
I can.
yeah, but you have a 25 movement, correct?
I do.
You do a little, all right, so you got 75. All right. So if you didn't better. All right, so you just make it up to the edge of the stairs here. All right, Gorgon. So you are rocketing through the air at about 60 miles an hour, clinging onto a grappling hook, sort of smacking against the side of this thing. Sort of, you're swinging. You're at the bottom. Your rope is just long enough that you're kind of hitting the hindquarters of this thing as it's sort of arcing through the air. It seems like it's trying to throw you off. Give me an athletics check.
This is, one of these dice is going to come up dud for me one of these times. All right. Still remembering I have 3 luck points left. That's a 14. I think I'd like to use one of my luck points so I can take either this or next one.
Woo!
There we go. I'll take 28. Please.
All right. So this it's spiraling through the air, and it's like doing barrel rolls to try and knock you off, and it's really hard to see because the wind. It's just like you're flying, holding up your nose, and it comes around. It arcs around the corner, sort of swinging you out with centripetal force right towards a driftstone. But you, it's stone. Stone is your jam. So you coil yourself up and kick off the driftstone as it swings by. Instead of smashing you off the way, you actually use the propel off, and you swing around and manage to land on the thing's back. And you're now holding it by the neck. With your grappling hook is still wrapped around its neck. You're holding that with one hand. The other hand, you can like holding onto the spines or whatever as it's rocketing through the sky. And you see it sort of arcing around. Give me a perception check. Oh no, wait, you're going way too fast. You can see nothing. You got, like,
Okay, yeah.
all right, so it's shooting straight down towards Ash. So bless you. All right, so this thing comes sweeping down over yonder. It's going to try and make a hit and run attack on you, Ash. And it's moving so fast that you're not going to get an attack of opportunity on it. And let's see. Move there for a sec. So it tries to snap and grab you in its jaws, and it also stabs at you with its stinger what is your armor class?
15.
All right, so you see, you're lying down there. You see the stinger coming, and you roll aside. Stinger jabs right into the rock, and you see it just like dissolves like a little bit of the rock around where the venom hits. And as you're sort of staring at that, it's going for a bite. You kind of flatten yourself, but it still rakes down across your back with its bite. You take 8 points of piercing damage, but give me a DC 13 con save.
Cool.
Woo! All right, so you feel like there was something sort of venomous in its bite, but you shake off its ill effect. You know what? That antitoxin that you took before is still coursing through your veins. It's driven off the effects. So this thing is swooping.
Quick question, Nate.
Yeah.
So am I using all of my action just to hold on, or can I try something?
You used all your action to get. You're on the back of this thing now.
Okay.
Where did that go?
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know where.
Gotcha.
The heck, but next turn you're in a really good spot to do something, because. Well, except that you disappeared. Oh, here you are. All right. Who's up? Who's up next? We got Kyrie, you're up, and then followed by Ash. All right, so this thing is swooping over your head, Kyrie. It is 10, 20, 30, 40. It's 50 feet in the air and 15 feet to your side. So it's about 60, just 55 feet diagonally from you, straight up. You're down, you're right down.
How far am I from the rope of the grappling hook?
Ash's rope is up. If you double moved, you could just get to the rope. You can grab on.
I'll do the double move and see if there's anything else I can do.
Sprint your way up, leaping over.
Guess that's all I can do then this round.
Okay, Ash, you're up, and Orla, you're on deck. So you're prone. This thing just narrowly missed you and grazed your back with its fangs. You're up here, this little orange speck, and it's just about 60, 70 feet from you.
Could I get to the crystal?
So half move to stand up. 5, so it's 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, if you do all of your double move and your bonus action, so you could just get to the foot of the crystal. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
All right, give me an acrobatics check, because you have to jump onto one driftstone, jump up to a second driftstone, and then jump onto the massive driftstone platform.
That is 23.
Woo! All right, so with a triple Lindy in the middle, just for show, you managed to work your way up to top of this thing, and seeing it up close, it is emanating sort of energy and power and magical nonsense. The base of it is intricately carved. It looks, it's in a similar style. Oh, you don't really know anything about magic. It just looks like nice carvings and a big crystal. Looks like you could sell it. Man, if you could figure out how to move like a 1-ton crystal, you'd be rich.
Well, we'll talk about that later. Gorgon, how's it going?
It's fine.
Bye.
Can you
Orla.
steer it toward me?
I'll do my best.
Orla, what would you like to do? And then Gorgon, you're up next.
All right.
All right, so I can see probably that Ash has made it up towards the mysterious
Yes.
rock. Can I see the wyvern circling around with my friend on its back?
Yeah, it is. So you are right here, and it is. It's up here. It's roughly 60 feet above you, rocketing away at a massive, rapid speed.
Ash, what is it?
The rock. We gotta destroy it.
I want to know everything about. Okay, on my way. And I would like to. How far can I get with my little 25 movement to follow?
If you want to use your, if you use your dash, and if you use your bonus action and your dash and everything, you could get to the top of the grappling hook.
Okay, I think eventually I want to spare a moment for some insightful fighting, but right now I think I just better book it. So I'm gonna toddle as fast as my little old legs can carry me.
Scampering up the. You know, it's those beer muscles from the dwarven ale is really helping you as you work your way up, and you manage to get just to the top of this thing. And that brings us back to the top of the order. Gorgon, you're up, followed by this Crimson Claw Wyvern.
All right, so he's on its back near its neck. One grappling hook's around it. He's still got, presumably has the other one in his hand.
Yeah, you're dual wielding grappling hooks for the win.
Still dual wielding grappling hooks. All right, so I think if he can, is he able to like steer it at all? Like if he uses the.
Do you want to give me some animal handling?
I might, yeah. Because otherwise, I'm gonna wait for it to fly around and like try to get the other grappling hook on an earth mode as it comes around one.
So yeah, you feel like you could either. Well, you got
Prefer not
three
to
things you
land
could try. You could either try and actually steer it with finesse, or you could try and brute force it. Like if there was a juncture, you might be able to brute force it, like into a driftstone or something if you waited for just the right time and used all of your strength. Or you could wait until you were passing by something and try and hook something with your other grappling hook. I mean, the challenge of that being, if you're holding that grappling hook with the other hand, you're going to get yanked probably clean off this thing.
Yeah, I'd prefer to stay on it. So I think the second option of just like brute forcing it into like hitting an earth mode or something.
Okay, so give me a strength check.
Straight up strength.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. Plus
You've
4
got to
bonus.
You've got to beat a 16.
All right. Let's see what my luck brings me. It's plus 4. That's a 19.
Woo!
Thank you, dice. Thank you.
All right. So, this wyvern swoops back around. It's off the flying into the darkness. You can't see it, and suddenly you hear, and he comes sailing back over. It looks like he's going right for Orla. It's just a helpless target sort of floundering on the rock there. Just as she sort of swoops down, her neck jerks hard to the right suddenly, and she careens off this driftstone and spirals out of control, crashing. Give me an acrobatics check there.
All right. This was plus 3. There we go. That's a 7.
Oof. All right, so the wyvern comes crashing to the ground, skids into the river, and you see your dwarf friend splashes down and submerges under the water. Give me a con check. A con save, sorry.
Save. Plus 3. Actually, if it's a save, it's plus 7. So that's a 19.
Okay, so you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage. Your head hits a rock just as you plunge under the water, but you manage to regain consciousness. Or maintain consciousness.
Okay. Am I submerged?
Yeah, you sink under the water next to this thing in the ravine.
Okay.
And Kyrie, you are up next.
How far am I from the crashed?
Crashed wyvern.
and Gorgon.
10, 20. It's about 30 feet to the edge of the ravine here, and it's down. It's about it's 10 feet down and about 15 feet away, and Gorgon maybe a little further.
Okay, I'm gonna get 30,
Yep.
and then I'm going to temporarily drop my mace
Whoa.
and attempt to lodge 2 javelins into the wyvern.
Okay. You have advantage. It's prone and in the water, thrashing around. So you have advantage on it.
Okay, so let's do this. I have a +8 on this, so I rolled. First one hits.
Oh,
Second one.
33. Oh wait, no, it's added together.
Oh, it's added. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's both are like 20 something.
Yeah.
High mid 20s.
You're trying to hit a
So
15.
that. Yeah, so they're gonna do both hit. So that's this is gonna be 2d6 plus 12. So 16 damage from the 2 javelins.
All right, so it's thrashing around, and you lodge 2 javelins in its chest. It's sort of screeching and thrashing around in the water, having a very difficult time. And the current it's a raging river, and of course it's moving fast. Ash, you're up, followed by Orla.
So this is what I want to do because you said that wind is blowing toward that pool.
That is correct.
Am I not right?
You
So
are very right.
I want to get my bag of tricks, and I'm gonna grab all 3 of them. I'm gonna drop 2, and I'm gonna kind of throw it toward the river. So could you zoom out so I can see it? And what I want it to do is I want it to turn into an 8 and reach out and grab Gorgon.
Wow.
Because I have the wind on my side and it's a tiny little ball, it should be blown near that direction.
So it's like the Hail Mary toss of turning into an ape to try and grab Gorgon.
Grab Gorgon. And then the other 2 are going to be apes. So here.
Amazing.
Then I'm going to swing at the crystal.
Wow. So give me a 2-hit ranged attack on your friend Gorgon. You're a sharpshooter, so range doesn't affect you. Yeah. Because it's a long. I mean, you're 120. Yeah, that's a long bomb. But you have the wind and you've got elevation, and you're a sharpshooter. Yeah.
Can it happen? Can it happen? We'll see. Oh! Wait a minute. Hold on here. Let's go. No, that's still pulled up. Like I would have a +7 to that, but I don't think that's gonna help really.
Yeah, 11's not gonna quite make it.
I'm trying to see if I get any extra with that sharpshooter, or if there's another thing I can use. Sorry.
And what were you gonna do with your action? You were gonna attack the crystal?
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna attack the crystal with the apes, so it's gonna be just a triple whammy there. So, I can't do anything to help that go closer to where I need it to.
All right. So the one ape lands. What do I even have for Organs of White Lily? Hit kind of careens off the wind blows it. It careens off the ravine and falls short of the mark, splashing into the river upstream from them.
Okay.
And then you're gonna have the other 2 attack the crystal.
Yes, with me.
All right, so do them first.
So I think they get.
And Orla, you're up
+5.
next, followed by Gorgon.
Dang it! I keep trying to reach for my dice. This is. So ape number 1 will probably missed the broadside of that barn. 8, number 2, 24.
All right, so the first one is kind of just as weird. There's a wind, there's a driftstone, it's floating around. It doesn't sort of know what's going on. Second one raises both its fists and smashes down on a thing, and there's that sort of force shield that was around this thing, and it reverberates back, and the ape takes 24 points of force damage and is blown back about 10 feet.
All right.
It's woof, 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 around the thing. Do you still want to attack it?
No, but now I want to. Can I lift this bad boy with the legs and push it over the cliff, like to break it?
You think it is? You think it is affixed? It looks like it's affixed to the stone. But you could. Do you want to? You could take some time to investigate. Like do you want to check it out and give me an investigation?
Yeah, let me check it out now.
All right, Orla,
ow.
you're up next, and Gorgon, you're underwater somewhere up after her. Woo! All right, so you, what's that plus on that? Ridiculous.
Probably not a lot. Investigation, you said? +3, so 21.
All right, so you, 22, right? So you immediately, you go into your chill. This is bounty hunter on a mission mode. There's custom magic items on the line. So you quickly ascertain that it looks like the base of this thing is creating this magical force around the crystal. And you're kind of investigating around, and you notice that there is it looks like it's been here for a very long time, maybe as long as 2,000 years. And there's some cracks that are starting to form. There's a variety of these looks like tiny little like Wyverstone crystals around the bottom of this thing. It looks like a massive, like overly charged Wyverstone. Like it would be opaque like the rest of this Wyverstone, that's crazy blue glowing stone, but it's actually glowing like white hot. But these little stones around there, it looks like there's a couple of cracks. You feel like maybe if there was some way to do something in these cracks, you could probably disable the force shield.
Cool.
Orla, you are up. What would you like to do? You are atop. You are atop here. You just managed to climb up. You were prone, but on the top of this thing, and the wind is buffeting you around. Below you, about.
Nearly got dive bombed by the wyvern.
Yep, but it careened. It careened out of the way. Gorgon steered it into a driftstone and careened it out of the way and crash landed in the river. But it's about 60 feet below you, down, and your friend Ash is up another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's about 40 feet up by this crystal. So she sort of looks like she's got her game face on and is inspecting the base of the crystal.
And I've just seen the servant go bouncing off of it, right?
Yes.
Not so easy to smash, is it?
No.
What? Does it have a weakness?
I see some cracks at the base. I think I have a plan. So I think I have quite the combo of things that will make this work. But just stay chill.
Can I take a shot at it from here?
Well, you saw her boomerang bounced off of the force shield, and you saw the ape got almost incinerated, hitting it. You could take a shot at it, but
I advise against it because it will backlash on me.
Oh, right. Good call. Good call.
It does look fascinating. I mean, it's hard to see from here, but it looks like it does look like quite a fascinating archaeological specimen up there. The carvings seem different from the other things you've seen down below.
I'm gonna stand up and brush off my britches and go towards it.
All right. If you, all right, so you could do your action and your bonus action, or your move and your bonus action, and then still have your action left when you get up there, if you'd like.
I would love.
If you want to give me an acrobatics check on the way, though, to see how you handle these high winds.
Would I? We'll see. All right. I'm prepared to use a luck point on this one as well.
And Gorgon, you're up next, followed by the Wyvern.
Luck point, please. Let me try that again.
Woo!
How about a 21?
No problem. With grace and finesse, yeah. You're like a kick flip in the air, just like a cool little grandma. All right, so you're up there. You have an action. What would you like to do?
I would like to investigate see what's what up here.
All right, so you, as both an inquisitive and an archaeologist, the first thing you notice is that the inscriptions on this are draconic. They are not, everything below was in Sylvan or Elvish. This has got draconic inscriptions upon it, and it seems like it's of different make. Maybe it was made in concert with the elven artisans that made the other stuff down below, but there's definitely an outside influence was involved in the creation of this thing. You also notice that you see the same sort of cracks in it that Ash was noticing, and you're realizing you can sense the power from this thing, and you seem to recall from your books that Wyverstone, which is the substance on the bottom of all these driftstones, it's this kind of bluish, multifaceted, looks kind of like obsidian and jagged, whatever. It's a magic amplifier. All this stuff around, and this thing is supercharged with magic energy here. The rest of the ones around, like there's a little cluster to the right of you there, those seem like it's not charged, but it's all magic amplified. Gorgon, what would you like to? Okay, so Gorgon, and then the Wyvern, and then Kyrie. So you are you're in the river over here, and the current is sweeping you. It is an absolutely raging river. It's sweeping you downstream. And there is a very, very steep waterfall at the edge of this, at the end of this river that you are 10, 20, so you're about 30 feet away from plummeting over a rocky waterfall and struggling to swim. What would you like to do? And you still have a grappling hook in hand. And actually your other arm is probably, you probably still have your hand on the other one that's tied around the neck of a thrashing wyvern with 2 javelins in its chest.
So that was my first question. Was I still sort of tethered to the wyvern?
Dwarf. It takes a lot to pry something out of a dwarf's hand.
We're stubborn like that.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to use the other one for is to just rake it along the bottom, looking for stones, a log, whatever, just to catch a snag, and to really keep me from falling off. What I want to do is to keep it here. Like I want to let Kyrie be able to like jump on it if she wants to, and to just keep it in the river. And I've got an action surge and 2 luck points, whatever I have to do to get it done.
All right, so basically you want to be kind of wrangling, you're continuing the wyvern rodeo with one hand while stopping you want to still dual wielding grappling hooks, trying to stop your travel downstream with the other hand. All right, so give me a strength check on the wyvern and an athletics check against the river.
All right, so first is strength. It's gonna be a +4. That's a
all you need to
21.
Is 6. Okay, you got that.
And
Wyvern
then athletics.
And for the river.
8.
Woo!
So that's a 20 math.
20 math.
23.
All right, so you so luck is on your side still, sir. You managed to you jam your grappling hook as you're spinning by. You jam your grappling hook onto this rock and manage to pin your foot there, and then you wrap your other rope around your forearm and pull taut on the wyvern, kind of spinning it around and pinning it in place. It's kind of the pressure of the river is pushing it into the rocks, and you're holding it at the end of a long tether, straining with all of your might. This thing is a massive, it's like a 15-foot body, a 20-foot tail, but it's thrashing around the water, and you manage to somehow like kind of pin it against the rocks while stopping your descent. It's a superhuman or super dwarven feat of strength.
Champion, baby. Did that cost me my action surge to do
that? No.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my action surge, and I just want to jump on it. I want to just keep it pinned down if I can. I'd love to keep its head underwater.
So you want to give me a grapple? Yeah, let's do this.
All right. Here we go. Let's say ready to do a luck. Man, that is a 23.
Woo! All right, so this waterlogged dwarf splashes. You still have your boots of striding and springing, right? So green sparkles shooting off your heels he leaps with still keeping the tension on the rope. You leap off and pounce right on the neck of this thing, wrapping the rope tight around the neck, and you're standing on the neck of this thing as it's sinking in the river, pulling the rope taut, flexing your champion muscles on top of it. It is its turn. Oh wait, give me.
I'm satisfied. There you go.
Oh, it is pinned in place. So it's its turn. It starts thrashing around. Kyrie, you're going to be up next. Give me an athletics check. We're going to oppose. Can you beat a 15?
Oh, this is for Gorgon?
Yeah.
All right. I might luck it if I need to. Ooh, that's a 14, so yes, I'm going to luck this. No! Best I can get's a 14.
All right. So you have your moment posing on this thing, and it manages to thrash out and scramble, somehow kind of clamber up the bank, but it can't quite take to the air. You feel like if you hadn't pinned it down, it probably would have taken off to the air and you guys would never have had a shot at it, but it manages to right itself, but you're still hanging by your grappling hook around its neck as it's sort of clawing its way up the shore here. Beach, and it's right next to Kyrie. It is about 15 feet away from you. What would you like to do?
Could I reach it if I tried to engage with it? Is there
absolutely. Yes.
Okay. So here's what I'll do. Actually, I'll get. I'm gonna get within 10 feet of it.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick up my mace because I dropped it. I'm gonna get within 10 feet of it, and then I'm going to transform using my necrotic shroud. So it has to make a charisma saving throw or be frightened of me.
I mean, it's got wonderful charisma, this thing. Okay, what's its DC? I mean, I'm assuming it's higher than a 7.
17.
Oh, yes. It absolutely fails.
And then it's immobile. Can't.
Because of
If
your,
it's frightened
your
in my
aura.
presence, it can't move.
Awesome.
So.
And is that necrotic?
Here's it.
Is your necrotic
Thieves
veil an action, or is it it's an action?
That's my full action.
Flush.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kyrie steps in front of this thing. It's thrashing around, trying to kick off this waterlogged dwarf, and it looks up, and all 6 eyes kind of lock onto Kyrie. Kyrie's her eyes roll back, and it's just pure black darkness. It's like staring into the void. Behind her, these like phantasmal skeletal wings raise up, and you see this thing just sort of freezes in place, and it bows down before its master, and freezing there. Ash, what would you like to do?
Well, I still have a bonus action.
Oh yeah,
right?
what do you want to do with your bonus action?
So just if it begins its turn there, it's going to take 5 psychic
Nice.
damage. With my bonus action, I'm going to do spiritual weapon. And spiritual weapon, I will do here. And it's I can't move, so do I have advantage on it?
Yes. Gorgon still has this thing lassoed and is holding on, stubborn as nails there.
Okay, so here we go. Crit.
Woo!
Okay, so that will do. Spiritual weapon is what is that again? A 1. What is spiritual weapon? Sorry. 1d8 plus 5, but I will do 2 of those since it's do you do double damage on crits or no?
Of course.
Okay. So that's 15.
Woo!
And can I smite? No.
Not through your.
No.
All right, so so your glowing facsimile of your own mace raises up and just smashes down. You hear kind of cracking of skull. You knock it out. It's got 4 double crazy fangs up there. It cracks one of the fangs clear out of its mouth, and it kind of shrieks around, but it's still like kind of locked eyes on you, terrified. You see fear in all 6 of those eyes. Ash, what would you like to do? And Orla, you're on deck.
So this is what we're gonna do.
Oh boy.
There are cracks in this thing, right?
Yeah.
I want to place my boomerang, the storm boomerang, in one of these cracks.
Oh no. Okay.
And then I want to place a bomb right beside it.
Conveniently, the crack is just boomerang sized.
No. I want to put it right beside the base, so it'll just be a full double tap on this bad boy. Then I would like to grab Orla, grapple hook down, and as I'm going down, I'll light the charge on the storm boomerang.
All right.
Which will do 3d4 thunder damage, and then it must succeed at saving a con throw. But I don't know if I need all that.
Yeah. All right. So and you're leaping off. You grab Orla and kick off with your grappling hook down. All right. So you jam your boomerang in, stuff the bomb under, sweep Orla off her feet, kick off backwards, holding the rope. You rappel down just as you get over the edge. There's this huge explosion of lightning, and followed by a rotor. And you hear it feels like the magical shield sort of explodes off this thing. There's a shower of sparks that fall down around you guys as you swing down, hanging underneath the top of this driftstone platform. And the thing is starting to pulse green. But the shields are down. Orla, what would you like to do? You're hanging here about 15 feet down with your friend. Where's my little stance? With your friend Ash over there. What do you guys want to do? What do you want to do?
Well, that was bracing! Oh my gosh, I've never seen the draconic artifacts must be connected to the fall of the Conetary artifact and the Empire, and I think...
Why don't you go up there and see what's left?
I'll poke my head over the side. Can I climb back up just enough?
Yeah, you can climb up to see the edge. So it looks like the crystal is still standing, but the base of it has been shattered, and the sort of shimmering field of force that was around it is gone. You could use the rest of your move to pull yourself up if you want to get to the base of it.
All right. This goes against everything I stand for, but we gotta get a look at that pool, and I set out to destroy the ancient artifact.
And how are you gonna do that?
I mean, what do you think happens if I just crossbow it? Wait, can I, well, I'm a rock gnome. I know my share of crystals. Can I see any weaknesses?
And an arc. You know what? It looks like you think that this sort of explosion is definitely caused. There's you see kind of there's definitely some stress lines at the base of this thing.
It's like, you know how the archaeologists are the ones who know how to topple the ancient monuments? Yep. We just generally don't go around doing that.
Now you think if you could deliver enough force at the base of this stress lines, you think you could probably topple this thing?
Take the shot.
All right. Well, you're point blank. You can't possibly miss this thing. But give me. Oh, you have what? Uncanny dodge and danger sense or whatever, right?
I have uncanny dodge.
Yeah, I have all this stuff. So give me a DC 15 Dex save.
All right.
Get your.
When gonna prepare to use a luck point. It's gonna be
Knock the green light out.
A 19.
All right. So your crossbow bolt hits dead. I mean, you couldn't miss. You're a foot away, and it hits at the base of this crack. It just lodges there, sort of frustratingly, and you kind of hold your breath, and then there's the kind of crack starts to widen. The light starts to like shimmer on the thing. The crack goes all the way up to the top, and the crystal starts to topple, and there's this massive shock wave of energy that blasts you up off the platform. You manage to catch the rope thanks to your quick thinking dexterity, but you do take 60 points of force damage. And this thing is are you still conscious? Are you with us, Orla?
No.
All right, so Orla kind of holds the rope for a moment, and then her limp corpse falls past Ash. If you want to give me a,
Can I grab her?
yeah, give me a sleight of hand. What'd she get? I'm off the a 1. Ooh. So okay. So you try and grab this limp falling gnome, and as she's falling, the rock falls out of her backpack and clonks you between the eyes and knocks you off the rope, and the two of you go falling backwards and hit the ground with a horrible impact. So Ash, you weren't as high up, so you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And
Oh no.
Orla, you take another 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Can she land on me? Like if I use my uncanny dodge,
Yes,
is there a way she can land on me?
absolutely. She can land on you. So you take 2 more points of bludgeoning damage, and Orla, you only take half. Whatever. What was I say? You 15, so you take 7.
So quick question does this?
Oh yeah,
I've
you're
been
dead,
pretty
aren't
lucky
you?
in getting.
Yeah. So,
Just failing a death save. What?
so yeah, you that's right. You know what? No, she cushioned your blow enough that you didn't crack your skull.
Can I take her damage then? Like would that make sense?
Yeah, you take her full damage, and it saves her from having to make a death save. And
What was that?
it was 15 points of bludgeoning damage on top of your other damage. Yeah. All right, so who is after Orla? We're back to the top of the order, right? Gorgon?
Yeah, that's Gorgon. I am so stressed out, Nate, like in the best way possible.
It's all made
These
up, Jim.
dice,
It's all
these
made
dice
up.
are gonna betray me here soon, I feel. So it's grappled. It's transfixed, right? By
Yes,
Kyrie?
yes,
Like
it is immobilized with fear.
It's
Kyrie,
time for
and
the-
you're kind of immobilized by fear. You've never seen Kyrie like this. Eyes
Yeah.
pure black, looking into nothingness, spectral wings. Like
Thought I
she is
knew
pure
Kyrie.
evil.
I thought I knew her, and this changes everything. I'm just gonna find a weapon. I don't know if
Well,
I
you have
still
a big giant
blunt
rock
knuckle.
in your backpack.
I do have a big giant rock. It's the Eladrin stone. He's just gonna use it like a savage cave dwarf to fight this
You're
thing.
just gonna start beating the thing in the head with the Eladrin rock. All right.
This is 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Um,
And you've got advantage. It's immobilized, and you're
sweet.
on its back.
okay. All right then. Am I adding my proficiency bonus with this?
Yeah, you're a dwarf. You got stone cutting. You're definitely proficient in the rocks.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Here we go. Right. This is +8. This first attack. 17, so 17 and 8, 25.
That's a hit.
All right. This what, like D4 for a rock? I don't know. I'm gonna wait for a ruling on that.
What
I'm gonna
was
make my
it?
second attack. The damage for a big chunk of rock.
It's pretty big, pretty sharp. You gotta give let's give you a D6.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
It's like a club.
Man, whew, that's 10 for the first one. Here we go. All right, that's a 22 to hit for the second one.
Hit also.
It's all right. 5 for the
So
second
15 points of just
15
bludgeoning rock nonsense. All right, so screaming and caterwauling, Gorgon just gets on the back of this thing and starts smashing the back of its skull with this jagged eladrin rock. Blood, gore spraying on his face. He's fully in it, trying to absolutely murder this reptile. It's Kyrie, you don't seem quite as scary looking now after you see this savage dwarf at work.
This wyvern, by the way, this poor wyvern.
Oh. So it is still transfixed, and it is frightened too, correct?
It takes 5 psychic.
Oof. And it can't move away from you because it's frozen, and it can't attack you, correct?
It's stuck. It just can't. What the effect says is. Sorry. Let me see here.
You know what? It's gonna forget you, and it's going for. There's a dude clubbing it in the head with a rock. So it bats at you with its wings have little claw tips. So it's like trying to thrash at you with its claw tips, Gorgon. But you you pay no heed. You're just like madly smashing on its thing. But what you don't see is behind you, lifting up, is a stinger tail, which jabs into the back of your neck for 15 points of piercing damage. Give me a DC 15 con save.
All right. Let's see here. That's gonna be +7. Oh, he does get advantage because it's poison.
Yeah.
So take that. That's 14
On a
that he gets.
DC 15. All right.
Yeah.
So the stinger, like you feel the wyvern venom coursing through you, just rending your flesh.
Before tea time.
What?
The anti-venom we took before tea time. Because it worked. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let me have it. Okay, so you take 14 points of poison damage thanks to the remnants of the antitoxin, the tea time antitoxin. But you just feel it's exploding through your back. You feel your flesh is melting, pouring out the hole in your back.
That's how many hit points I have left.
Woo, 5.
Let's do it.
Champion. All right, Kyrie, you're up, followed by Ash.
All right, so I have advantage on it because it can't move. And go. So I'm going to attack it twice with my mace, and then bonus action with the spiritual weapon. So first attack, I try to swing across its face. That one hits.
That's a hit.
The second swing of the mace.
Oh, that's a hit.
That one should hit.
13,
And the spiritual weapon's also a +9 with advantage, then we'll do all the damage. That one
13, that's
is
a miss.
11, right?
That's a miss.
Oh, 13, yeah, so it's a miss. Okay, so
Right, so you hit. Give me damage on both your.
first of all, I'm going to choose to have it do an extra 10 based on necrotic shroud. So I'm just going to apply it. 10 necrotic gets applied from the effect. Then the damage is going to be that's 8 plus 14. So we're looking at 22.
You want to use your smite?
Can I smite it? Yeah. I'll smite it. I'll smite it at level 3.
Woo!
So what is that gonna stack on here? That's another
48, 5d8, 5d8, right? It's level 3. So 2d8, 3d8, 4d8. It's not affinity. 4d8.
4d8 and let's do it. It's extra radiant. Okay. Low, but it's damage. 12.
All right.
So after this turn, it's not. I believe the effect.
So that's a
is-
total of 46 damage that you just doled out, right?
Yeah.
All right, so Kylie, striding purposely forward, raises her mace, brings it down, raises it a second time, hits right where Gorgon was smashing on the skull, drops her mace down. You feel the skull shatter and just blinding holy light explodes down, and the whole wyvern head just explodes all over both you and Gorgon. And the beast twitches and falls lifeless in front of you. Gorgon is covered in gore. And of course, Kylie is basically untouched. You're looking just like a pristine Conquest Paladin.
I offer Gorgon my hand.
Pull him off the dead limp beast. Ash and Orla, what would you like to do? Orla, you're mostly bleeding.
Oh, she dead.
The beast slips into the river and is swept down over the falls. Disappears, swept away. What would you like to do, Ash? With you have a bleeding, unconscious, limp gnome on you.
So I would like to slide a hand potion. I have my last potion.
Woo!
Healing. So this is what I want to do. I want to put kind of Orla over my shoulder and give her the potion, and I'm running back toward the pool.
Okay.
Because I know time is limited. What I want to do.
So you like fireman's carry? You throw her over like a fireman's carry while jamming a.
I'm thinking like over the butt.
Yep.
You know,
okay.
the butt's facing
like
out,
a dead deer.
Yeah, so like it would be sleight of hand potion. I pick her up and I'm hauling. So when I feel her come back to consciousness, I'll say play dead and look in the pool. So cool. I'll set her like on the pool where she's draped over that way, and then I'll go back to the queen if she's still there, and I'll bow, and I'll say, "Are you pleased, my grace?"
All right, and the other, are you guys, Gorgon and Kyrie, are you heading back towards the pool also?
Yeah, so we head back to the pool. I put my hand on Gorgon's shoulder and heal him for 20.
Woo!
Hey, nice.
All right, and
25.
Orla, you get healed and kind of gasp back, but you were told to play dead, so I don't know what you want to. You look very convincing. Very dead. Very dead. All right, so the Banshee Queen turns around and looks at you, and then looks up into the sky where the last of the green light is fading away, and there's like a calm comes over her face, and she turns to you and says, "Thank you, my subjects. We are pleased. We are at rest." And she starts to fade away into nothingness. And as she does, the pool calms into just a slow, calm, tranquil buzz. So it becomes like a glossy, mirror-like surface.
Sweet. I'm going to look in the pool then. I know Orla's already there. Well, we're coming.
Oh. Does anybody else look in the pool?
After all this, absolutely.
Kyrie, are your eyes back to? Are they still black evil eyes, or are they normal?
They're back to normal. It lasts for 10 rounds, but as I get over there, I'm sure it'll subside.
All right, you fades back.
I can cancel it.
All right, so are you all gaze into the pool?
If that's what's advised.
So within its clear surface, you see the reflections of yourselves. Gorgon, your reflection's a little scary. You are just covered in gore. Put the gore in Gorgon. And you see your own reflections, but looking into your own eyes, you see just like an infinite cosmos where your own eyes should be. And as each of you stare into those cosmos, you were drawn in deeper and deeper, and you have a vision. You see the city of Wilderforge laid out before you, and then you see it the same thing, but in this dark, morbid landscape. Familiar, but it's twisted. Everything is gray and it's gloomy and lifeless. Cold misery radiate off of everything. A sense of dread, endless sense of dread. And this can be only one place, is the Shadowfell. And as you look, then you sort of flash back into Wilder Forge, and you see cracks appear in the sky, and it's rupturing, and it seems like the Shadowfell itself is pouring down into the, it's breaking into the prime material plane. The Shadowfell itself, you see it collapsing into the prime material and turning everything into like this black, gloomy nightmare. It's an earth-shattering cataclysm that is about to transpire. But then you see something else. You're in a, there's ancient ruins somewhere. More arches, very similar to what you see here. It's at the foot of, it's a deep, dark wilderness. It looks like a foot of a strange rock formation shaped like a giant's tooth. And you see the flickering lines of magic converging on it. And this is, and there you see a massive rupture, the prime rupture forming. It seems like this is where the apocalyptic, the cataclysm is going to start. This is the source of it all. You know, if you could find this place, you could stop it. And if you don't, it'll be the undoing of all reality. And with that, you sort of snap back to regular reality with this horrible vision. And we will have to see what happens with that horrible vision on our next session on the 26th. We're going to leave our intrepid heroes here. For now, they've achieved the vision and saved sort of the day. And that is all we have for this night. So thank you guys, Jim and Kyle and Amy and Amber. It's such a pleasure. You want to go to a wide shot for the see our final little thing? Yeah, it was really fun to try this crazy 3D drift stones. And I'm sad you didn't get to the wyvern had a nest. She lived up here. She had a nice little. She was just trying to protect her eggs until some savage dwarf beat her in the head.
Yeah. We can raise them still.
Yeah, you
We'll raise
They will be out. We will ride them.
Just trying to be a thing, but no, it was such a pleasure to get to for all you guys and get to play. First people in the world to play on this wilderness terrain, experience the Crimson Claw Wyvern, and we're excited to show off the. It didn't really read on camera because of the slow frame rate, but our Dwarven Light Puck, which is causing these effects of getting a real-time trigger some effects on here for the pool in there. It's kind of fun.
That is so sick.
But super
amazing.
It's such a pleasure to get to hang out with you. And thank you to everybody who tuned in, and huge thanks to our entire Dwarven Forge team for making all this happen. We've been working on this for, I don't know, over a year to put all this stuff together. So it's really fun to finally show it, and then show it as it's supposed to be, you know, on the table as it would be played. And I will, on Monday, I'm going to do, at 7 o'clock Eastern, I'm going to do a breakdown of this build and show you the tips and the tricks and how we sort of put it all together and what the pieces are and what's going on with it. So if anybody wants to tune in and watch that. Yeah. Do we have any other parting announcements? Oh yeah, we have battle bards for all the cool music and soundscapes that we're playing here. Big thanks to them. They did our music for our opening video too. And Vorpal Board and Thad for putting this together. They had to add a bunch of features to Vorpal for us so we could try and pull off this elaborate escapades. And mostly thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching. It was super fun. And man, thank you guys for, like, this is like, I live for this, to hang out and tell ridiculous stories of gore-covered dwarves and conquest paladins and chill bounty hunters and cool gnome grandmother archaeologists. It's like the best. And maybe we'll have to do it again sometime. Yeah? Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you. And good night all. Thanks for tuning in. This is Dwarven Forge Live. Bye.
of decline. And not to expose us before me, and for this I must prepare. A dungeon of peril and terrible beasts, lots of treasure I must find. But no one will stand in my way. Dwarven forge, a power and dungeon to me. Here it stands, Dwarven forge. Ignite my light and fly. The fire! Journeying into the darkness with the weapons we've contrived. Armies of shadows will tremble before the banner we're beside. Drawn out of eternal slumber as our legacy draws near. The blackest of demons arises and the battles join the bound. No one will stand in my way. Dwarven forge, a power and dungeon to me. Here it stands, Dwarven forge. Ignite my heart, drive and fly. Dwarven forge. Its sequence of love to the past. Guide my steel, Dwarven forge. Be strong as we fight on the land.
As the great Dwarven army marches upon the hell dimension, smiting all in their way, a mighty demon lord lusting for the power of the forge blocks their path. Its name is Amarok.